Hey everybody, and welcome to tonight's indoor adventure, Enter the Arcanum. I am RJ, your dungeon master. Joining me today are these lovely individuals. But first, some brief announcements. We're running this in place of Curse of Strahd, which will take place next week, Tuesday. Lovely Danae Keener will be the DM. And joining me as Speedy will be Indoor and LB as Kefris and Silmi, the very lovely siblings. I love them so much. If you're wondering where you can get one of these lovely shirts, you can, or hey everybody.
Oh shit! He even did the camera switch!
I forgot that I can do this now. If you're wondering where you can get one of these lovely shirts, you can go straight down to the merch store where we have also the shirt that Indoor is wearing, the friends we make are the dragons along the way, and the
You didn't switch back.
What?
Your camera, you didn't switch back.
No, I know. I was just looking. I was like, wow. And the sweater with the Indoor Adventure Dice House, as well as the bigger Battler mugs that both GB and LB have, which hold the perfect amount of liquid for sipping. So, who are we playing tonight, guys?
I forgot who started.
I don't know.
All right, we're gonna start with Paul.
Okay. Hey, I'm Paul. I'm playing Drumir Greyblade, dwarf rogue extraordinaire, and professional wealth acquirer, not a rogue. I don't stab people for coins. I'm a wealth acquirer. I went to college for this. Excuse.
All right, and LB.
I am playing Tobias, Toby, a Tabaxi bard, who is the sibling to Indoor's character. Very boastful bard. We are based off of Mancoon, so I have a lovely mane.
All right, and Indoor. Good transition.
Hello, I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I am going to be playing a Tabaxi rogue fighter by the name of Tripsy. If you follow JD Lady on Twitter or are in any of the Discords that she's a part of, you will know that Tripsy is the greatest cat ever, and so I jumped at the chance to play as said cat. So I'm gonna try and do a lot of tripping to make my run as this lovely cat worth it for you.
And last but not least, Greybeard.
Tonight, I'm Old Greybeard, and I will be playing Orazib Njorjbort of Hendelstone, gnomish artificer with my gauntlets of ogre power.
If that's the voice you're going to be using all night tonight.
I am.
Fucking gnomes!
So, Indoor, if I slide you my DM notes, will you take over for me?
I'll do my best.
The hard pass from the DM.
Hard pass on these characters. All right. So, this game takes place on a continent away from our homebrew campaign, away from the warring kingdoms, on the continent of Ardenthal. I believe the Temple of the Magic Spider took place on Ardenthal, or no?
Temple of the Magic Spider took place on the continent of Illyra, which is where the Four Keeps adventures are. We are going to be playing, I believe, in the continent known as Aldera, across the Sea of Burning Night. And that is where all of our adventures, such as the Turning Season, have taken place. That is where our non-streamed adventures involving the Arisian Defense Force have taken place. That is where we have had several adventures go, but far away across the sea. That's also where the Four Kids Adventures ended up taking place, our future AU.
But
Were you all dubbed for that one?
Poorly dubbed. Nobody had guns. We just pointed at people.
What's it? Leo was voiced by Nicolas Cage for some reason.
Perfect.
It's so good.
Sorry. Okay. So, your adventuring party, or whatever you've named themselves, have found a sort of adventurers wanted poster in a tavern. Very generic start. But it does inform you that in this undisclosed town, because I don't know any of the town names in this location, they have told you to rally at the town square where you find stagecoaches basically set up to take you out of town. The specifics of the missive reads that you are tasked to explore a recently discovered ruins like a day and a half away outside of town. There is a official like stamp of basically what looks like the underjaw of some great serpent. So, who's our bard? Toby.
Howdy.
Howdy. You can roll me a history check.
I'd love to. I don't know any of my stats for this character, so let me look that up. That'll be a 16.
Okay. So with a 16, you recognize this as some light reading you did a while back on the houses or clans of the Warring Kingdom. This is the sigil of House Shen. And you would know that this is the House Su Long from one of our other campaigns, Temple of the Magic Spider, belongs to.
Okay. It's House Shen belongs to Shu Long is the person's name.
Su Long Shen, yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do I know about this house?
This house is very old. It used to ally itself way back when in the right before the Sundering with dragons.
Ooh.
They were the servants of them.
Good
the
dragon?
dragon break.
What's up?
The dragon break. That's a Morrowind thing. Never mind.
Oh. I played Morrowind, but I don't remember
It's
that.
a good game. There's weird alternate dimension timeline bullshit going on.
I just remember Longstriders because they terrified the fuck out of me.
As they should.
Were they good dragons or bad dragons?
You're unsure.
Okay. And where are we right at this second?
You're basically heading towards these stagecoaches right now.
Okay.
So if you guys want to speak amongst yourselves or...
Sure.
And for our audiocast listeners as well, what does Toby look like? What do our characters look like?
Yeah, what do your characters look like? Thank you.
Yeah, well, if you didn't look on the Twitter, we had a lovely portrait done by Danae Keener, our beautiful wings. She drew us in our pajamas, of course, because we
It's
are
National Pajama Day.
Well, we are the cat's pajamas. Toby is a gray striped tabaxi with a very beautiful chest mane. He's the bigger of the two siblings. He's got a very long, fluffy tail. In general, he wears nice clothing. Don't want to look too fancy, but he is, in his demeanor, always trying to impress people, mostly the ladies. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So he is striding along, got the cat wiggle going on, just like head held high. And I assume his sister is in tow.
Yes. Tripsy is a tortoise shell? Is that the coloration of the cat?
Yep.
She is a tortoise shell cat. She is missing her left arm, and is as Elby had said about Toby and Tripsy, they are Maine Coons. So Tripsy has the very nice cheek poofs that kind of come off to the side with very kind-looking yellow eyes, and always just sort of has the cat-like grin along her face. She follows after her brother, and she wears underneath a red robe that is covered in eyeballs. She actually wears what looks to be a set of very darkly colored studded leathers. mostly for protection. And on the left arm side, you can see that it's actually kind of been folded up and then with a button attached to the top, just so that way it's not flapping around and causing any kind of ruckus. She has a short sword and a rapier along her side, but that's all right. Even if she didn't have weapons, Kitty got claws. And that's it for Tripsy.
Drumir, what do you look like?
So Drumir is a pretty average-sized dwarf with dark black hair, medium length, and a pretty well-kept beard. Most of his equipment is pretty typical, which makes sense because he's a dwarf. They're pretty by the books, as it were. There are two pieces that kind of stand out among his equipment. Underneath his hood, which is pretty well made, with the exception of the rest of his stuff is pretty much off the shelf. The hood is pretty well made, and underneath there's a glint of metal, which is his one of his magical items, a diadem. And he also has very well-crafted gloves that are fingerless at the first knuckle. But otherwise, he carries a short sword, a couple of daggers, various packs and tools and such, and at least a mini keg of beer.
Is it like
Standard.
over the shoulder or on your back?
It's in the back somewhere. It's in this backpack somewhere, maybe around on the bottom of it.
I imagine it's like a camelback. Like there's just a straw poking out.
Yeah. Standard dwarven.
Just dwarf things.
And Orzib, what do you look like?
Orazib's a gnome. He's got blaze orange hair with green highlights. He's got funky little glasses that he doesn't seem to look through very often, but they're always on his face. He dresses nicely, but then he's usually either got like basically it would be the equivalent of like a lab coat or an apron on, depending on what he's working with. He's just a ton of tools. He's got these gigantic gloves that are like very steampunky, and they're blaze blue, and they're his gauntlets of ogre power. And you notice that he has funky boots that have little wings on them. And he is at the moment explaining, you could use a normal wand like this, but you know, I modified my wand up a little bit. So my wand looks more like this. And so it fires firebolt. You know, it's my updated wand. And there'll be other props later. But
Of course there are.
Always.
But he's just a batch of tools hanging from every little clip and bit and button that he has. And he has a backpack that seems to never and run out of stuff. So that's Orzib.
Excellent. So, as you approach these carriages, you see about 3 to 4, well, yeah, 3 of them lined up, and 2 other adventuring parties are already getting in. The one in front of you, door hung open, the driver just looking at you guys. So, you guys heading out too?
Yeah. Who are you?
Just a driver.
Oh, how many people have gone before us?
This is my second time around, but like 3 other groups.
Oh.
It's
And
a pretty involved operation then.
Yeah, they don't tell me much though. I just ferry people.
do you ferry him back?
Tripsy will kind of like put her hand on her brother's shoulder and just, I don't think that they'd be sending out so many carts if they kept bringing them back.
Fair enough. They'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
So it's about a day and a half away?
About half a day. Half a day.
All right, maybe I can get a little nap in.
Orazib's like got a tool and he's like checking the wheels and looking at little bits and bobs on the carriage itself.
Hey, I just got this tuned up. What are you doing?
Oh, just making sure we're capable of road travel.
It's plenty capable.
And don't mind him, he's just a worrywart.
Y'all getting in or not?
Oh yeah, sorry. Ladies first, and he offers a paw to his sister.
Tripsy will actually climb up on top of the carriage and kind of just perch up there.
Drumir kind of shakes his head and gets into the carriage.
If I did,
Go ahead.
if I didn't have projects to work on, that would be an advantageous place to be. But then he steps on the air and just walks on the air into the cart with his little winged boots, and begins to immediately pull things out and start monkeying with them in the carriage.
Y'all mind if I sit up front with you? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Gil.
Gil. It's a good name, Gil. And I will hop up front with him.
Once all 3 carriages have been loaded up with passengers, Gil looks at his watch and nods his head in time with the seconds and raises a hand, whirls it above it, and then all 3 of the carriages slowly start pulling out of town.
What? Why was that that seemed like a very pristine and precise liftoff. Was that why?
I know the folks running this operation are very particular about people coming in and out.
Probably dwarves.
Drumir.
There's a little slat in between you guys. like about butt height right here, but like head height for Drumir.
I would say that's racist, but I'm not sure if it's your own race. If it's your own race, doesn't matter.
You can still be racist against your own race, but dwarves are very precise.
Yeah. You got any of that alcohol left?
You should have brought your own.
Damn it. I should have known.
There's this very long sigh from your driver. This is going to be a long ride.
So tell me, where are you from, sir? He's going to start like just talking his ear off.
You get like simple one-worded answers like south. No, farther south.
Is he, what is he? What race?
He's human.
He's human? Okay. Yeah, no, he's very curious about humans and they're so when you speak to a human woman, I've learned that you should not comment on their whiskers. Is that true?
They don't like it when you comment on the whiskers, brother. We've been over this.
I know, but they're just so attractive when they're pronounced.
When they're very long. That way you know how deep in the bowl your face can go.
A lot of women don't like being talked about, especially in the looks department. Is what I learned.
Subtlety, I understand. I'm not very good at that.
You don't say.
I'm going to check something real quick.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to... how close are the other carriages?
They're basically keeping like a carriage length apart from each other.
Okay. I'm going to use my magic item to my ring of X-ray vision because, yes, Toby is a creeper. I'm going to look into the other... Right? He's gonna look into the other carts and see what we're working with.
In the second cart, you see a party comprised of 2 elves, a dwarf, and a gnome.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting inside the carriage. A table has been like plopped out from the side, and they're just laying down cards. The gnome angrily slaps his hand on the table and jumps on top of it and grabs one of the elves by the collar.
I like this bunch. Y'all want to hear a song?
No.
Brother has the best songs.
And it's how far? 60 feet?
30.
30 feet. Okay, so you can't see the other carriage.
Okay. He is going to pull out his bagpipes and start playing.
Oh, dear Lord.
And when Toby starts playing, Orazib's hand comes through the thing, and he's got like a little disc, and he touches it, and then he waits like 5, 6, and he pulls it back in, and he hits it, and it plays exactly what you just played. and he's like, and he puts it aside. And his bench is completely full of stuff. There's like tools and bits and everything.
Oh, and
then,
in your carriage, there's also like a sidewall that folds out into a table.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Okay.
So I imagine we got Cat on top, Cat on front, Drewmere in the corner, and then the gnome just dominating every spare space within the inside.
As much as the dwarf will let him, he just pulling things out and just putting them there. Like there's a great club that comes out of the backpack, and probably 3 different toolkits. So,
all right. And Tripsy, what are you doing?
Tripsy is currently just kind of sitting on top of the cart in a like crisscross applesauce style way. She has her tongue just kind of like slightly sticking out, and her eyes are just closed, and she's just sort of rocking back and forth in tune to her brother's music as he continues to play.
I'm gonna feel so bad killing all of you.
Jeez, RJ.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
You're supposed to internalize it. Internalize.
This continues. How long do you keep playing? Because
until somebody shuts him up.
After the 3rd repetition of Danny Boy, the driver just like reaches a hand out and slowly pulls like the little reed away from your mouth. All right, that's enough of that.
But the pipes were calling.
Yeah, they're calling for him to stop.
All right, I guess. Want to go back to talking?
Perhaps we could just, as we mentally prepare for this assuredly dangerous encounter.
What kind of ruins are we going to?
Don't know. Haven't been inside of them, but
Well, you must have heard something from the other adventurers.
He gives you like this very wiry smile.
I'll just give a cat-wide smile back.
All I hear are their ruins. That's all. You'll learn more information from the Hyrie station there.
And who is this person who has hired us? Who exactly? I know the house, but...
Some guy by the name of Fei Long Shen.
Oh, all right. Sweet. Who's that?
Apparently he's one of the higher ups, but that's all I know.
Right, hired hand. I'm just gonna he's gonna get up on top, like awkwardly past his sister, like when you're on a moving thing and you're trying to move past. Sorry. And then like peek his head down into the on the other side so that he can see into the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna do any preparations before we head into battle?
Why, of course, you get to choose. Shall I up your armor or up your weapon? You tell me.
Right, weapon is fine. Since I am so inept with my rapier.
All right. And then he's got a hand out.
Oh, here. And I pass it down.
All right. And he starts fiddling with it. But yeah, I can give either a weapon or a piece of armor a +1, and it is considered a magic item.
Oh, so, to each of us?
Yes, to each of you.
That's a little strong, friend.
How
7th level.
How often can you do this? Like, is it like a short rest? Like, what is?
I think I can do up to my intelligence modifier in them. And...
Okay, artificer. This is why you're in like Unearthed Arcana still.
Exactly. So yeah,
it could be worse. They could still give him his boomstick, or do you still have?
I don't, but I have turrets. I can throw down a turret. So anyway.
All right, Torbjorn.
Yep, exactly.
Torbjorn.
Don't look at my last name because
I'm not a dwarf.
I am not a dwarf. All right.
It's not.
In the dome.
Tripsy will definitely pop her head down on the other side from where Toby is. Just me next, and like show the like try and like pull out the studded leathers with the one arm that she has, and like kind of has wrapped a leg onto a part of the small railing that's on top of the cart, so that way she doesn't fall off. Tabaxi have climb speed, so I'm assuming I don't really need a check for this, but I will if the DM needs me to roll a check.
So with the rapier, he kind of hangs it like a compass point kind of thing, and he takes this tuning fork deal out, and he like.
Please roll me a check. Let's say athletics or acrobatics check. Whichever
I'll do acrobatics because I'm much better at being Dexy. That is a natural 20.
So the driver is just like looking over his shoulder at you guys as you're hanging off the side. He doesn't notice that there's like this pothole that has formed in the road. And so the front wheel goes in and up and it jostles the entire cart. And Tripsy, you like feel yourself kind of go up slightly, but then you use like both your legs and your tail to like swing yourself back stable.
To be fair, I do have the giant paintbrush tail. It's not the very live, thin cat tail. It's a big
But underneath
poofer.
it is a live cat tail, so.
For Drewmere, he holds out his armor per usual. You can never be too safe.
All right, and then he does the same thing he did for Tripsy. He gets out basically what's like a can of spray paint, and he it kind of coats it, and then it like becomes extra hard, and just sort of wherever it was laying on the armor, it like and becomes a extra layer of protection.
Oh, like that chocolate dip that you use for vanilla ice cream.
Or for tools, the hand tools kind of thing.
I like my analogy better.
Yeah, probably. And then, like I said, for Toby's sword, he tapped it and it became like extra balanced and such. So then he hands it back up.
Yeah, and this is a very normal occurrence for you guys.
Yeah,
hanging off the side of a wagon, getting your shit enchanted. Fucking adventurers.
It's a Tuesday.
Wait till we get off the cart and we align our pouches.
What?
Oh, just you get us off the cart and I'll fill you in.
All right. The next few hours go by very smoothly. Nothing bad happens. And when around noonish, the carts pull up to the side of the road and stop. The driver turns his head to you guys and goes, well, bit of a lunch break, gotta feed the horses. We'll have about an hour before we move out, so if y'all wanna, I don't know, do anything. Is that a didgeridoo?
I think there's a car
I heard
going
it.
by.
I live near the highway. Maybe that was me.
I have one right here if we need a didgeridoo.
Of course you have a didgeridoo, Graybeard.
Why would you?
Graybeard, didgeridoo don't. We're playing a game.
He's not our bard. If it was our bard, it'd be different.
One of my neighbors has a bagpipes. I guess I could have asked.
Oh, God.
My roommates might not would have liked that, but it's okay.
I'm really glad you didn't.
Yeah. Don't worry, I have a list of songs. Moving on.
So, Tripsy is going to use this lunch break. Are all the other carts stopping as well?
Yeah, all the other carts are stopping, and you see some individuals actually coming out of the carts.
All right. So I am going to. Are any of them of the female variety?
A few.
I will point them out to my brother.
Both the half-elves are female, and coming out from the other cart is a half-orc female and a dwarven female.
All right. I will strut over to the half elf ladies, and then who else is in the other cart with the half orc?
You see a human step out, and it looks like it's just a party of 3.
Okay. I will walk up to the ladies, and he's going to place his hand on the cart. Afternoon.
Yeah, both of them blonde, blue-eyed, very distinct elven features. One of them looks over to you, nods her head. Good afternoon.
And what might I be calling you, ladies? My name is Tobias, but you may call me Toby.
The other half-elf who didn't address you cracks a small smile. And she goes, well, I'm Stella. This is Tara.
And what are you you guys out for adventure, out for some plundering?
Well,
perhaps?
we were told that this ruin had some treasure in it, so we decided to go treasure diving for once.
Ooh.
Invited.
Well, you know, treasure diving can be quite dangerous, so if you find yourselves in a pickle, just call on me.
The other elf just turns to you and goes, but why would there be a vegetable in the tomb?
I'm sorry?
You said a pickle. If we find ourselves inside of a pickle, come to you.
In a pickle. Are pickles vegetable? I thought they were... Anyways, if you find yourselves in trouble, sorry, colloquialisms, Stabaxi, it's kind of hard with the common sometimes. Anyways, if you find yourselves in trouble down there, you may call out my name and I will find you.
Tara nods her head, considering the options. Stella giggles.
Like, oh, or like she thinks I'm ridiculous giggles.
Is it a giggle with or a giggle at? There's a very
Make
distinct...
an insight check.
Okay. Not great. 5.
It's a giggle with, you believe.
All right. And then he's gonna go into a arc where he's talking about dungeon delving and making strong. He's talking about dungeon delving, but also talking about sex.
Euphemism.
Innuendo is the word.
Euphemism, yes.
Everything goes over Tara's head.
Perfect.
Stella nods her head and laughs at you. I mean, with you.
Uh-huh. Well, you ladies have a great rest of your trip. We will see you at the caves, at the ruins. Bye. He's gonna walk back over, head held high, tail flicking. Super proud of himself.
Make a perception check.
Okay. I rolled a 2, but that's a 10.
You hear over your shoulder, Tara just goes, he was nice.
Yes. I'm in.
And as
Go ahead.
Toby approaches, Orazib's like,
Oh, you're just in time. Great. Align the pouches.
and he goes to everybody's pouch and he ties a little like a tassel type thing that's got beads on it on everyone's pouch.
And then he's like, okay, now the enchantment. Put your right hip in, put your right hip out, put your right hip in, and shake it all about.
And when we're shaking it about, the little gems start to flash, and as we're shaking them, they sync up. And Orazib's like,
Tripsy, turn your pouch upside down.
Chipsy does.
And he takes a coin
Well,
and he
kind of like holds it upside down with one hand.
drops the coin in his pouch, and it comes out hers and falls on the ground.
Great, we're synced up.
Magic pockets.
Yeah, the many handed pouch. So the pouch we have, whatever we put in it, anyone in the party can grab.
Can you reach out is it like a portal? Can you reach out the other side?
Supposedly not. It's more like
You reach into the extra dimensional space, basically.
yeah, you reach into the space.
Can we hold hands in it?
Probably not, but we could try. We'll see what the DM says about it.
Not that I would. I mean, maybe with my sister.
As Toby comes back, Drumir's like outside, like kind of stretching. He's like, if they die, we get a bigger cut of the loot, right? Wouldn't be too good to help them.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the 3 parties, I feel like the cut is going to be... I mean, it's all about what we find, right? Not understanding that you're talking about us.
Right.
And then I'm going to go clean my sister. Social grooming.
That's true.
Yeah, the thing.
Tripsy was actually going to be going up to the half-orc lady, if possible, and just kind of like, she slinks when she walks. She never walks at like full height. It's always kind of crouched over, her tail just sort of swishing back and forth as she goes. And as she approaches this figure, just well, hello, how's it going? Just kind of like does her best to sidle on up if possible.
The half-orc tilts her head, looks down at you. It's going good.
You hungry?
I mean, I have my own rations, so...
reach into my pocket and I'll pull out a cucumber sandwich and hand it over to her.
Thanks. And she slowly starts putting it into her mouth.
I'll pull out one of my own rations and start eating it, so that way she knows it's not poison. And
you see the human who was, like, sitting across from you guys, like, he has his hood up. He's, like, staring at the half-orc, like, what did I tell you about eating stuff given by strangers?
Then I'll just sit down next to her and just kind of look up and give her the big cat eyes and just kind of say, didn't y'all know what we're going to be going up against? Our driver seemed to not exactly know a whole hell of a lot, but I figured maybe one of y'all knew something. And then as she does, she'll give a trademark wink to the large half-orc. Or the
human
lady.
snorts.
You want a sandwich
not like,
too?
I'm fine, thanks. And he goes back to basically like sharpening some wooden staves. Yeah, staves that he had like collected to his side. The half-orc looks down at you, your eyes wide, and she like is trying to suppress a daw.
There is I'm trying to repress it, but there is a gentle purr that's just sort of like coming up from inside as my tail swishes while I'm just sitting down next to this person.
Nope. So the half-orc says her name is Dina. Says that their driver didn't know anything either, and they had actually asked around town for a bit. They knew that someone had found some ruins out on the outskirts of the area, but little news has come back from that like place.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just enjoy talking with Dina if I can. I like meeting new people.
At some point during the conversation, she can't help herself, but she puts a hand on top of your head and scritches.
I just close my eyes and the purring gets louder as my cat-like smile just kind of like extends outward. Just kind of leaning into the scritchies.
Dina, you can't keep this one. Oh, but can I? She's so cute.
Okay, whoa. Hold up. Hold up. I appreciate the head scritchies, but I am nobody's to be kept. I did not escape the Lady of Jade specifically to only get picked up by yet another individual.
There's this like group inhale, like ooh, as they all stare at the human, and he's like, "It's just a fucking joke," and he goes back to like sharpening the staves.
Might be a joke, but you mind your manners, sir. Now, you were nice, and I'll say that to Dina. And if you'd like, you can get a cucumber sandwich anytime you want. Thank you for your time. I'm going to go back to my friends now. And just kind of like stand up. And as I do, I'll make sure to kind of like brush my face against Dina, the half-orc, and then make my way back.
Yeah.
If I can, I'd also like to have my tail like brush up against the nose of the human in like the most unflattering of ways, like on purpose, but just like, oh god damn it, like this is right in my food.
You hear like 3 rapid sneezes.
That's right. Respect me. I'm a free cat.
1,000-yard stare. Okay, so while Tripsy is out doing this, what are the rest of you doing?
Drumir's kind of just stretching his legs a little bit, stretching out, getting ready to go on an adventure, looking at the rest of the parties, nodding to the other dwarves in, again, the usual dwarven way.
It's like walking past a gym rat, like
Yeah,
you just like, sup.
Exactly. He'd try to keep his ears peeled for any sort of information that he could glean, but otherwise he's not too concerned about it. I mean, he's a professional after all. Why would he be?
All right.
Orazib, of course, is working on projects, but every 6 seconds he taps the thing again and it plays that 6 seconds that he recorded of the bagpipes, and then he's working, clinking on something, and then it stops. And I mean, it's like he's over here with tools and it stops, and he's like with his elbow to try to keep the same 6 seconds playing over and over and over again. It can only be heard in a 10-foot area, so only anyone who's really close to the cart or on the or coach can hear it. But yeah, so he's monkeying around with those.
Drumir is intentionally out of range.
All right. So the hour goes by without any trouble at all. The horses are fed. Everyone starts loading back up. Tripsy, you look over to the last cart, and Dina is waving over to you.
Give her a big wave.
Yeah, then she like has to duck under and in.
I'll just hop back up on top of the cart, and then just kind of sit crisscross applesauce again, and just my magical item, the Robe of Eyes, lets me look into the ethereal plane. So I'm just gonna do the thing that cats always do, which is just stare off into the void and just kind of like mouth agape, just.
Your driver stares at you while you're doing that. I guess, is she gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, she's fine. She's looking at ghosts right now. It's just one of her hobbies. Give her 10 minutes. She'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Are you okay?
I'm good. Sorry, I thought I was muted. I was doing a hairball.
All right. The carts.
At any point, does someone take the bagpipe thing away from Orazib?
I'll start.
I was gonna say, if you bring it back inside, maybe we could focus for a little bit in silence.
All right. And he takes the little disc and pockets it somewhere.
Thank you.
On the front, Toby pulls out a pan flute.
From where? The
Yeah,
driver.
right.
I have 4 items, okay?
No, the driver literally just says, "From where?"
Oh. Oh, don't worry about it. I've got a couple items stored away.
That's pretty concerning.
Or very stealthy. And then he starts playing like the thing you hear in like every sort of town where there's like a bunch of tourists. There's like the guy playing the pan flute with like the jar and like a bunch of CDs. That's it.
The disc reappears. Gets 6 seconds. And puts it back in his pocket.
4 hours later.
4 hours later.
4 hours later. Tripsy, are you still vegging out? Are you done?
No, it lasts for maybe like 20-25 minutes. But I am going to close my eyes and just kind of focus, as my robe of eyes allows me to see in every direction around me, even if my eyes are closed. So I'm just like, I look like I'm meditating, but really I'm just taking stock of the surrounding area.
What are fucking
It
senses?
seems overwhelming.
That's why I have to stare off into the void and blep sometimes. I just like cucumber sandwiches and my freedoms.
You've basically been trudging from the town, a large plain, and from this plain into a heavily wooded forest. Tripsy and Toby, since you're outside, give me perception checks.
Oh, snap. I got advantage on these. I'm glad I have advantage on these.
Cat stuff.
18.
25.
Cool.
His cloak. Or her cloak.
You notice as you guys are heading towards this an area of the woods, there's a slight shimmer in the air that ripples, and as the lead of the horse's lead enters into it, it slowly starts disappearing.
Dude.
The driver is like stone-faced as you guys are driving in.
Toby's just gonna calmly turn to the slit in the door. Y'all, we're gonna be passing through some sort of field here. Could be death, could be fine. Hold on to your britches.
And as you guys inside the cabin are looking up at Toby, you can see that as he's speaking, he slowly disappears as well.
It's fine. Things
And
are
then
fine.
half a second basically half a second later, he appears again.
Oh, I knock on the door. Oh, what's all that then?
Don't know. There was like some sort of magics around this area prevented people from seeing inside.
What's the wizard report? Did you get a wizard to look at it?
Yeah, that's above my pay grade, sir. You can
What
ask
kind of ramshackle operation they run in here? Clearly, it must not be dwarves.
Everything is on a need-to-know basis, apparently.
Ugh. I'm liking this less and less.
Secrets do kill parties.
Apparently. Sir, how much longer till we arrive?
You say this, and in front of you, basically the forest has been hewn through so that there's a path or like a road heading inward, and you can see about 100 or so feet away from you, there are tents and stations set up along the roadside. A sort of hill area is in front of everything, where there's a large opening. And the carts pull up slowly, and waiting for you.
Opening like in the hill, or
yeah, there's an opening in the hill, but you can't see inside of it. It's really dark. Yeah, waiting for you at the basically rest stop for the carriages is a man in Eastern clothing, very fine silks, purples and orange crossed over his, like an orange sash crossed over his chest. hands behind his back, staring at all of you as you slowly make your way off.
I give a flourished bow, tail flicking in the air behind me.
He gives you a very curt, unimpressed nod.
Wait, so he's standing as our cart is going by?
He's standing as the carts are stopping.
Oh,
in front of
okay.
him.
Got it.
I didn't write down this individual's name. What was his name?
Fei Long Shen,
Oh yeah.
who you would assume to be Fei Long.
Prison.
I'm gonna wait for the rest of my party, and hopefully we're the first party to him.
You were the lead cart, so yeah.
Perfect.
That's amazing. You have a speed of like 40.
Me? 30.
Yeah, I thought Tabaxi were like super fast.
Only
Every
when
once in a
they
while.
take an action.
Ah, there you are.
They
Once
can
in a
move
while.
twice their speed, and then once they move, like once they stop for a round, they can do it again.
You must be Fei Long Shen. My name is Tobias. This is my sister Tripsy, my dwarven friend Drewmere, and my gnomish friend Orbiz. Orbiz?
Yep.
Orbiz.
Zib. Oops. Sorry.
Or
Or
Zib.
Zib.
Or Zib.
The individual stands there, stone-faced, silent, waiting. The rest of the parties come off of their respective carriages and gather around him, and he clears his throat. Welcome, adventurers. You have seen the missive in town about this ruin, and I suppose you have all come to collect on the bounty.
Aye.
This ruin was founded only 3 months ago. We've only been able to enter the first chamber, but there have been some accidents, goings-ons, missing peoples that we would like individuals more equipped to delving these ruins to investigate.
Well, you have come to the right place. We are professionals after all, but I must ask, 3 months in only one room? Surely one would have made more progress in that time.
It would be a lot easier to explain if you saw it for yourself. But I will, for now, I will spread the terms of our agreement. So, 1,000 gold coins on the completion of a full map of the actual ruin. You are free to keep any magic items you find, or bring it back to us and we will evaluate it for gold. If you find any missing forward scouts or personnel inside of the ruin, an additional 25 gold per head will be granted to you upon exit. Now, in operations such as these, I would have you all sign a waiver so that your next of kin might be alerted if anything were to happen to you inside of the ruins.
Tripsy just looks at Toby and just, that's you.
Yes, it is, sister. Would you like us to sign such papers?
If you would follow me to the signing area here. And he walks over to like a set of tents.
Oh,
We
follow.
follow. Mhm.
And as you guys are basically signing this paperwork, you see that there are the same sort of, what's up?
Oh, I was saying, I'm using a nail from my claw to kind of dip into the inkwell and sign it.
If as soon as he puts the paper forward, if they're going to sign, and Zib will slam his big gauntleted hand down on the table, driving it a little bit into the ground, and he's like, "We'll just read this first." And he very quickly like whip, and it's pretty standard stuff.
It basically, it's in more detail outline, like says what he had said earlier. What he had said was an outline of the actual waiver.
Okay, but there's
That's,
no silliness according to what I can see.
Make an insight check.
Sure.
Sure, darling. Yo, an
You
insight.
have to do it with the gloves on.
Oh, all right. You have no idea how hard it is.
Do it with 2
I'm
hands.
kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
There it is. All right. It's 20 plus.
It's all like standard fare stuff. We will find and alert your next of kin upon demise of entrant. We are not legally obligated to come and rescue you if something were to happen. Blah 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 blah.
All right. And he was basically making sure there was no like devil print or whatever on it where we're signing away our souls. And he's like,
You're good.
and he slides it over to you, Tripsy.
Tripsy signs it very quickly. She doesn't even read it. Just.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, whatever.
Or as Ib said, that is good. It's good. And then just
Oh, no.
hands it over to her brother.
My computer might be dying.
LB. So this is a good place to take a break.
Little bit
We'll be back
early,
in.
then
It's a
we're-
little bit early, but we'll take 5 to 10 minutes, and hopefully we will be right back. You guys can go grab a snack, grab a drink, or bring a friend to hopefully watch the rest of this beautiful debacle.
Yes, and if you would like to help support us on Patreon, we also have one of those set up, so you can go to patreon.com/indooradventures, where if you support the Patreon, not only do you gain access to the Discord, but you also get access to our after show, and included in that are PDFs of adventure modules that I write for people. I don't want to say every month because it's been like 4 months since I wrote the last one until recently, last week when I published the Hell Scouts adventure module, where you get to play as a level 1 tiefling going to summer camp, because isn't that what everybody wanted? You can also go to our merch store, so if you go to that, it is here where you can get things such as the Bigger Battler mug. You can get things like maybe soon this map once I figure out the sizing, as well as our mugshot collection from our Waterdeep series, which was incredible. So like RJ said, we are going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place, and we will see what.
I've got a whole box we could open up if we
This
don't
is
want to
true.
take a break. wanna just lay down
We
and
we'll figure it out. We'll
Okay.
figure it out. All right, so we will
Okay.
see you guys soon. All right, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. RJ, take it away.
Last we left off, we had everyone on a cart heading towards this special area and then dropped off to sign waivers. Yay, paperwork.
Yeah.
As you all finish signing your said paperwork, Fei Long reads through everything very rapidly, nods his head, opens up a drawer on the side of one of the like low tables, pops it in, closes it, locks it.
How many, if I could steal a glance in there, how many stacks of paper were in there? Just to get a rough gauge of how many people have gone before us.
Perception check.
8, 9?
You height differentials kind of like you have like the edge of the table in your face.
That's fair. I'm like 4'5", I think, but still. Anyway,
But you can't see over the table.
yeah, no. The dwarf's not actually that short, but I guess 4'5" is. Anyways, whatever. Go on.
Fei Long regards the group again with a nod of the head to follow him, turns and starts heading towards the opening inside of this hillside.
So there are 3 parties that are all heading towards this area as well. Like, is he escorting all of us, or is it like we brought 3 of you here, but we're only going to send you in one at a time?
It's all of you.
Okay.
It's you, the party with the gnome who had grappled his half-elf compatriot playing cards, And then in the other cart with Dina, the human, the dwarf, and you see a full elf stepping off of the cart with them as well. He looks a little green in the face.
Okay. Neat. Yeah. Is Dina's group walking nearish hours?
Yeah, you all are like clumped up together.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna see if I can be near my party as well as Dina's party, just because I have made a friend while we have been out on the town, and I would like to just hang out with my friend, because I don't know how long we'll stay friends or how long, if after this adventure we'll hang out. Yeah. She might die, I might die. We shared cucumber sandwiches, and it was nice. It had a nice jalapeno
Cucumber
cream
sandwiches
cheese.
equal death pact.
Yeah, it's basically a suicide cult at this point.
And when you walk up to Dina, if there's like that perfect moment, Orazib whips out a little picture frame and he clicks the side of it, and it takes a picture of the two of you together.
It's the picture framed is a Tripsy looking up at Dina with like this very wide cat smile as Dina palms the top of her head.
Okay.
My eyes are closed in the happies.
And I just save that and put it in a pocket or pouch.
Several minutes later, you find yourselves at the mouth of on the hillside, and you can actually see inside of it, and inside this hill is hewn stone on the ground and on the sides, and you can see that partway through at increments there are what looks like pillars carved into the stonework.
I would like to try and source the stone.
Sure.
I think dwarf stuff gives me advantage.
It is stone cutting.
I have that in mind,
right?
Not in these ones. Yeah, it's. That's the wrong page. Yeah, double proficiency bonus. So that would be an insight check or a history or something?
It would be history check, yeah.
Okay. Additional plus 3. Nice. Modified 20.
So almost exactly at the same time, you and the female dwarf in another adventuring party pop your hand on top of your palm and just say marble at the same time.
Marble!
Marble! She like extends her fist out to you.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. But what's strange is marble isn't really native to this area. It's more like granite or, I don't know, limestone, something like that.
Well, there was a lot of magic about, so surely some fuckery is abound.
Hate magic fuckery.
Does it look to be carved by like an animal, or was it like pickaxes and such?
It looks way too symmetric, like scarily symmetric for animal work or actual hands.
So dwarven. Sorry, I almost killed Indoor.
Oh no, just wait. It gets worse.
Yeah,
It gets so good. He giggles like a mad girl.
I'm a giggle snort. I can't help it.
But I would try and say like, well, clearly this is done by gnolls or, whatever. Probably not gnolls, but you know what I mean. See if I can tell what sort of group would have done such a thing. I can't believe you've done this.
Well, we do believe it was done by dwarves. The cut is very precise, and we have found markings of dwarven tools, usually.
Yes.
Yes.
It's dwarven. Should be really sturdy.
Sounds fantastic. Is this the room that you were talking about?
Further in, please.
Oh.
And he starts walking in. And the first step in that he takes, it was completely dark. But as soon as his foot hits that first stone tile, you see a faint blue light start to glow inside of this area, and it starts racing down this very long, like, tunnel. And at the end of it, you can see a circular room.
As the light moves, I'm sure Tripsy does as well, but Toby's eyes dilate a little bit and like they perk up as they see the light moving, and it's just calm down.
That's rather clever.
I have up to 120 feet of dark vision because of my robe.
Oh, nice.
It's a good.
Would we find it unusual that the dwarves would light this area? They all have dark vision. Or is this like maybe like an entranceway, like, welcoming guests, surely they'll want.
We believe it is some sort of entryway suited for all races, considering the size of which this temple has been constructed. Oh, the ruin has been constructed.
Don't in 5th edition isn't dark vision like low light vision? Like they can't see in pitch black?
No, darkness. Dark vision, your vision. So low light vision is basically like 5 to 10 feet in front of you. Dark vision is that your vision effectively switches to grayscale, so you can still
it's like
see
actual night vision.
Yeah.
Cool. But not green.
No.
But you do hear the slight whirring in your head. Sam fishing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And along the walls are carved various runes in different languages. They're not all just one unified, like Dwarven, Elven, Common. It is a mismatch of different languages carved along the side of the wall. There's also paintings, caricatures that's depicting different scenes of war, scenes of like celebration. You can't specifically tell who painted them race-wise. The style is very vague.
And the words, anything in particular, or like kind of detailing what's in the pictures and stuff?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarven, and Thieves' Cant, which is like symbols too.
In Dwarven, you note that there are various places that speak about the earth, basically, and wells of magic inside of the earth. But it's like Dwarven word, Elven word, giant word, Dwarven word.
So
it's like every other couple words instead of like a sentence in Dwarven and a sentence in Elven.
It's like reading through an FBI like case file where you'll read a word and then it's blacked out part away, and you speak giant.
I speak giant.
The words that you can read as well fill in the gaps of like the earth being wellsprings of magic and ley lines. You also note words of like great power.
Well, Drewmir's just going to assume that our host has already done a good job of translating it and not offer him any new information.
Speak Gnomish and Undercommon if it matters.
The word fate in Gnomish is written at the end of one of the sentences.
That says fate.
And he underlines it with his finger.
Well done, sir.
Yes, perhaps. Have you translated the full thing? It seems mythical, perhaps? Something about magic wells?
We've managed to translate a bit of it. Anything within the 4 common races, Dwarven, Elven, Gnome, Halfling, that sort of thing. We've gotten some of it. Some of the more esoteric races we've been getting specialists for.
I'll lean in towards Toby. Does that mean I'm special?
Oh, honey, you are the most special out of all of us, my precious little girl. And he's going to fluff her cheeks.
But as you... for those of you who can read, you know, This place is a place of power. It is, well, it's a wellspring, someplace where the elements come together and something new is formed.
Hmm.
And so he starts walking towards this circular room. And as you look around, you can see that there is this contraption in the center made of brass and iron and bronze and clockwork that slowly descends from the ceiling in a spiral.
Okay. He's just Orazib is actually vibrating like yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Inside of this room, there's actually also a lone archway that is pressed up against one of the wall. The entirety of it, the inside of it, is filled through with stone. So, if you're all wondering why we've only been able to explore just the one room, this is the reason why. Any further, and we lose contact with whoever enters.
So you can open it.
After some trouble, yes, we could open it.
Have you tried magic means? I'm sorry if that's a bit rudimentary, but...
If you give him ideas, then we don't get paid. We've been through this.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure we're covering our bases.
The magic in this place itself will open the door for us. We just don't know where it leads.
Right.
Or it would appear how to open it from the other side.
Correct.
There could be a lack of other side. It could just be a gigantic sphere of annihilation. I just, putting it out there.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
One of the
Spirit, what now?
one of the first tests that we did was actually sticking an arm in, and it did not disappear along with the person. So, it is not a sphere of annihilation.
Ah, clever, very clever. Good. Who's the volunteer?
He's no longer with us.
See? And he pulls out a little notebook and writes them. He starts
He's
taking
on
some notes.
He's on paternal leave.
Hmm. Possible
Congratulations.
pregnancy. He puts in his notes, possible pregnancy.
You can get pregnant by entering the portal.
Hey man, magic's all sorts of crazy.
I saw a Mummers show that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I've seen this play before.
It's not a tube.
It's not the tuba.
Wait, wrong Mummer show.
Wrong Mummers show.
Um,
Well, shall we all go in at once then, or
But
one group at a time? How is this going to work?
one group at a time. He motions to the mechanism that had come down from the ceiling. It appears that this controls the entryway, and he walks over and lays a hand on it, and you can see that there's a dial, and he slowly cranks it a little bit, and behind him the archway slowly shimmers and turns this opaque before you can see inside of it is another long hallway of marble. He cranks it again, it shimmers again, and the inside is what looks to be cut sandstone.
I'm gonna lean into my group. Who's gonna be doing the map making here?
I can't balance a map on my hand.
This is true.
I only got the one.
Well, I can make the map. I have a keen eye and very thorough, as you know, but then no one will be watching for traps.
I got it.
I can look for traps too.
Thank you, Orzid.
And I will lead the party. All right, as long as we all have our roles undertow. All right.
Our rolls.
And as that's happening, Orazib steps back and he pulls another one of those little picture things out. He takes a picture of the device and the party, tucks it away.
As you guys are speaking, you see Dina's group already heading into the sandstone entrance, and you can see above the archway that there are characters that are written along the side, and it looks like the top leftmost character is lit.
Hmm.
How
How
many
many
characters?
how many words are there?
21.
Oh, good.
Excellent. So, do we recognize that first word?
The one that they're entering.
Yeah, the one that's lit.
Wait, was this words or characters? Sorry.
It's characters, like
Okay.
characters in a language.
26
Gotcha.
characters. Got it. So how
21.
many?
There's 21 There's 21 characters. Like
Oh, yeah.
basically, there's
21.
one word, second word, third word, fourth word.
Okay, but each of the characters represent a word?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Oh,
And then does it seem to change when he turns the dial?
Yeah, you can see from the first one, it was like the third word up.
Mhm.
It moved up to like the sixth word.
Okay. Sounds like a puzzle.
And
I'm no good at those.
or a Zib will write them all down.
Some of the
Uh,
words you do recognize. You recognize the words moon, stars, fool, strength, world.
In what language do we recognize them in?
Common.
Oh.
There's
Baller.
some understanding that I see.
just
I forgot that I took the alert feat. I'm pretty sure because my passive perception is 23.
Fucking what?
Sorry,
You're great.
NBD.
NBD.
Oh, observant is the feat I took.
Good choice.
And as Dina walks into this into the portal, she turns and gives you a very happy wave.
I wave back.
I hope
And-
she doesn't die.
I'll go up to Toby and just, she was really nice. She likes my
She's-
sandwiches.
She seems great.
Just
You
give
hear
my
the-
sister a smile.
Click as Fei Long turns the dial again, and you see the portal close. And where the word had lit up like golden, it turns red.
Are the rest of the words red?
No, they're actually unlit.
Oh, good.
The next word is lit now.
So that might be that it is occupied or currently cooking that party alive.
That was my assumption with the red light.
That's a red light warning sign.
Too sinister for dwarves. It just seems like some sort of magical way to get around. You know, one door, 21 hallways. It's just
And-
practical.
As you guys are speaking, the next adventuring group sets out.
Which words did each of those go through? If I
The first one you don't recognize. The second one is you recognize the word wheel.
wheel. Okay.
And the two half elfin women like pass by you, Toby, and give you like a double wave.
His tail flicks in a flourish. They want me.
And the same, the words turn from this nice gold as there's a small click to an angry red.
When that happened.
That's a bad descriptor.
Yeah.
That's a bad adjective.
Yeah. As they go into it, but before he clicks it, could I cast message on them as I can still see them,
Sure.
just to see if it goes through?
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
barrier. Okay, I will do that. I will point my finger at them and I will whisper, "Have fun, ladies. We'll see you on the other side."
You see Stella turn her head, give you a wink as the portal closes.
Sweet. All right. Cool. First test underway.
No, I think this time is really gonna, you're gonna do it, brother. I believe in you.
Wait. What are you talking about? I'm gonna do what?
I saw the way you looked at them. You were doing the thing.
I know, but why is this time I'll do it, as opposed to all the other times that I've
Whiskers.
obviously done it?
The whisper.
Except for the 3 times that we've seen you fail last week.
Fair enough. I'm a hit with the tabaxi women. I will tell you what.
You really are.
Whoop.
I can't
By
wait
the
to be
way-
an auntie. You're gonna do me so proud.
What is the range of that message?
120 feet, but I do believe I have to see them.
So you could still see them, but possibly the portal does not believe that it's 120 feet.
Damper magic.
But yeah, it's portal.
Yeah. All right, yes. Science.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Of course.
Shall.
I'll follow you anywhere, brother.
And you hear another, like, several clicks.
Can we go into the room that's not full, please?
You see Fei Long look at you. Click, click, click.
Fine.
Fine.
And you've mapped out most of these, or tried most of them? Are we in a new one, or has someone gone through this one yet?
Someone has gone through this one. So if you are able to find them and bring them back, hopefully alive, another 25 gold per head, as agreed upon.
Looking up, do we recognize the symbol for our door?
What languages do you speak?
Like I said,
Gnomish. Undercommon and Gnomish.
not common though.
Yeah, and common.
Oh, it's about to get a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwarven, myself, and Thieves Camp.
Okay.
Common,
Oopsie.
thieves can't, giant.
and
Elvish.
Elvish? No. You don't recognize what this says.
Nuts.
Solid. All right.
It always asks.
Drewmere would like to make an Arcana check to see if he recognizes what these symbols are. Because I know what they are, or at least I have a solid guess. That's a 17 to see if I recognize something that's 21 that's usually 22.
You recognize that each symbol matches up with the major arcana, which is normally used in tarot decks.
So I suppose I'll kind of mention this to. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying
Where are we?
goodbye.
JD lady's going to bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Goodbye,
okay.
JD. Good night. Thank you for letting me be your cat.
Oops, sorry.
That's it.
So, my bad. So I'll kind of mention this to the group, and then kind of take a mental note of the ones that it could be based on what we can read.
Well, from the ones that you can read, you can assume that it's all in order. So from left to right, you can read the Fool. Then you can assume the next one is the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor.
So what did we happen upon? Even though we can't read it, we can deduce that it is.
You guys are going through the tower.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
As we're entering, I'll Orzib will walk close to Tripsy and say, "Would you like me to calculate the percentages that half orc will survive?"
The last time you did it didn't exactly make me feel better after everything was said and done. But, and she, because she's always a little bit hunched over, just kind of hunches down even lower, just do it anyways. And then if it's greater than 50%, let me know. And if it's not, I'll just assume you're making those calculations the rest of the trip, okay?
Okay.
You want a cucumber sandwich?
Oh, I always love a cucumber sandwich.
Here you go. And I have renamed all of my rations in my inventory to cucumber sandwich.
Nice.
Lovely.
I have 6 pounds of them.
How are they staying fresh?
Who's to
Bag
say?
of cold
Why do
energy.
birds have all
Bag
them
of cold.
feathers?
Shall we traverse?
Let's.
All right. Drumir, you first.
Right. And so I will step forward, trying to keep an eye out for traps.
As you step forward, you kind of feel this sort of resistance against your body for only a split second. Like you're moving through some sort of film or like curtain, a heavy curtain. And you step across right in yourself, like kind of disoriented a little bit.
Ugh.
Nothing happens.
Hooray! Seems fine. Some
I go through.
some magic stuff, but
And as
all my pieces seem to be here.
yeah. But is it truly you stepping out if it's teleportation magic?
I don't know. No, the
Knights of the
existential
Courtyard.
dread.
We will
Don't let
talk
it
about
set it.
this in Knights of the Courtyard. I have words.
And there is a silence that has filled the room because of everyone had left. So you hear that one final from the mechanism, and you hear the grate of something slamming behind you.
Is it
And
just
then-
a wall now?
It's a wall now, yeah.
Great.
So you said the other one we saw was sandstone. This is similar, or
If you do a general lick test, you can tell it's granite.
granite? Odd.
Bones are porous.
So yeah, is it dark here, or is it still well lit?
You can see that as you had stepped through, there are sconces along the wall that just slowly, every couple of feet.
Whoever built this, they sure are fancy.
It's a simple trick.
I forgot to mention, the tower is the one we went through. Happens to be assigned, interpreted as meaning danger and crisis and destruction and liberation and higher learning, but also sudden change. So, I guess be on our toes.
All right. You know, we talked about this before. Mention things before we step into portals, okay?
Would it have changed your mind?
No.
Yeah. Forward ho. Drumir, you are taking notes, yes?
Or as it was.
Orazib.
I'm taking notes of traps, as it were.
All right. Lead on. Shall I play us a shanty?
Please do, brother. You're so good at it.
Preferably not. We wouldn't want to give away our position if there is truly something waiting for us. The destruction I mentioned, right?
Well, I mean, I can, allow you to do things a little bit better if you wish, like checking for traps.
Are you suggesting that my trap checking skills need work?
I find her music quite inspiring.
Thank you, Orzib.
Tripsy, make me a perception check.
I'm good at those. Yay! That's a natural 20.
Hey!
There's a flicker of light that catches your eye, floating off down the hallway. It blinks in and out, this spherical sort of object.
Okay, wait. There's
waiting.
there's a thing down there.
Hmm?
There's a thing. It blinked. It was a little. It was like a light, and then it went around a corner. I think it's trying to trick us into going forward, without like doing the thing that has allowed us to be alive this far. So level 7 is not exactly to be joked at. So what I'm assuming is that maybe we try and like sneak up. I only got one more arm to lose. I don't exactly have this second chance anymore. So like, as stealthily as possible would really be.
Said a blinking light.
It was a blinking light, but it moved, And to me, that only means one of maybe like 4 things. But I don't know for certain, but there's never been a blinking light that moves on its own that I've been okay with. Every time I've chased a light that has been on the floor or the ceiling or the wall, it always ends up being the reflection of something else, and I just I don't play those games anymore.
I'm really
Toby
sorry.
looks away.
I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm easily distracted. I understand. However, stealth is probably going to be our best bet for this.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Don't worry, Tripsy. I'll lead behind Drewmere, all right?
Well, I'm good at checking for traps now. It was just the first time that really, led the problem.
Yeah. All right.
Taught me better.
Why don't you do that, and let's move stealth-like, all right?
I am going to climb on the ceiling
Oh.
Oh.
and kind of follow along with the rest of the party going along the ceiling, just so that way, like, most people trap the floor.
That would be the logical place to trap something.
And Orazib steps into the air and just kind of walks so his head is even with Drewmere's. So he doesn't want to be.
And remind me again, Tripsy, you have 120 dark vision.
Yes. And I can see invisible creatures and objects, and I can see into the ethereal plane. The
Such
robe
a
of
nerd
eyes is
indoor.
fucking
Made out of
stupid.
eyes. I like how that fits with the cat theme, actually.
Yeah, I do the cat thing of staring off into the void, but it's actually because I can see into the void.
Yeah. Okay, well, moving forward, looking for traps. You said it went around a corner, maybe trying to sneak up to the corner and peek around.
Sure. So give me perception rolls for the people looking for traps and a general stealth roll for everyone.
Oof.
17?
Woo!
6 for my perception.
Okay.
And then stealth is probably way better at 17.
Walking through the air is obviously a good thing. Natty 20 on stealth.
Woo!
While I'm taking notes.
Toby.
I rolled a 23 on my stealth.
Cool. You are all stealthy as the night. Tripsy, as you're looking around from your ceiling perch, you don't notice any traps. It looks very safe.
Okay. I'm still just gonna be generally awares, because again, I can't make the same mistake twice. That's a bad time.
It's very awkward that you're crawling on the ceiling with only one hand.
I am moving hand forward 2 feet up, and then basically doing the it's not a burpee, because that's when that is
Dynamo?
it's like bouldering in terms of rock climbing, where you're just jumping up and then using your momentum.
Yeah,
like, you can fall, you can eat shit, but like overall, if you are just careful about what you're doing and how quickly your movements are, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I've done rock climbing for a couple years. It's a lot of fun.
That is effectively what Tripsy is doing across the ceiling right now.
And you reach the corner where you saw the light disappear, and you turn your head in, and you can see that the corner opens up after a few feet into this large room. For everyone else, it is completely dark past a point.
We all have dark vision.
You have all dark vision?
Yes.
Yeah, past a point, like your eyes kind of like have to switch back and forth between like grayscale and color. It's weird.
Do we want a light source? I'm like right behind Drewmere.
No, I can see. It's fine.
All right, and then slowly moves back.
Drumir and Toby, from the side of your head, you hear, "If you need a light source, you should have just asked."
Ah!
Ah! I turn around and draw my sword pointing at
Ah! And Tripsy, you see it's the glowing orb that you'd seen earlier, but it kind of looks like
Monster.
The glowing orb looks like an eye that's sort of been fitted together with metal parts, but translucent.
Okay.
Is it close enough? It was like right on us.
It had like fallen back a few feet with another but a very monotonous
Ah.
ah.
uh, uh, apologies. Are you the keeper of this tunnel, or are you an enemy?
It slowly spins around you, and you can see like a beam of light protrude, like just and slowly start doing a up and down of you guys.
I use my ring on it. How dare? My
Your
ring of
ring?
X-ray vision.
You see completely through it.
How do you like it?
I do not know what you mean.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Where are we?
Ah.
The after each of you in turn are scanned, basically, the floating orb goes, I am an observer.
And as it's scanning others after it gets done with me, I walk on the air and kind of follow it around, and I'm trying to figure it out
Okay.
because I'm gonna build one.
You can roll me an Arcana check.
Sure. Yeah, Arcana's stupid. Investigation is better. Hold on. I actually am. I got abilities. 12.
You can tell it's some form of magic hard light structure that is somehow relaying information to another source.
Okay. Excellent.
Where are we then?
Don't you know? You came to challenge the Arcanum.
Of course, we knew that. We were just making sure you knew that, as it is your job to know that.
Are you the auditors?
Yes. Paperwork. And he snaps back.
Then I'll hand you a bunch of notes or notebooks.
Yeah, we're here to just check on everything. What is your number?
The orb floats over to the paperwork, scans it with like a very.
Excuse me.
You do not seem
Auditor.
to be. You do not seem to be auditors.
That was your second test. Congratulations. You passed.
Or a Zib comes and collects all the notes.
Yeah, my apologies. We would like to speak with your commander, if possible. We are here to map this area.
It blinks rapidly for a few seconds. There is no one designated for testing today.
I'm sorry, testing?
You came to challenge the Arcanum.
Test Arcanum.
Is this a person?
You can roll an insight check.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah, sure, it's a person.
All right, we'll take us to this Arcanum and we will challenge him or her or them.
Before we get too hasty, perhaps you could fill us in, make sure our details match your details. I wouldn't want to get into anything over our heads without realizing it. So, this Arcanum, you say, what is it?
All right, hold on. Let me get the notebook.
It's obviously a person, Drewmere. I mean, how do you challenge not a person? Yes, Tripsy.
I'm attached on the ceiling. He hasn't noticed me. Don't say my name. I won't exist to him.
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand.
No, I'm just attached.
JK, I don't say that.
If I am peering into the ethereal plane, is there a body associated with this eye?
No, the eye seems too big to actually fit into any form of normal humanoid.
All right, well, there was giant written on the outside, so you can never be too careful. It was kind of gross. I'm just being quiet on the ceiling with my... I have to have one arm up instead of two.
The floating eye speaks and goes, "The Arcanum is a testing ground for heroes of sort."
It does kind of describe us. I'm not sure about that first part, but definitely us of sort.
Some of us are heroes in our own right. What are these challenges? Is it one fight? Is it a challenge? Are there puzzles?
Various, depending on which room you have gone into.
Oh.
Who have we gone into?
You are in the tower.
Yes, I figured as much.
So, what challenges are we facing here?
If I were to tell you that, it wouldn't be a challenge now, would it? And it starts flickering in and out backwards towards the room.
Should we follow?
I don't like this one bit.
Well, worthy adventurers we be, or is it?
Yeah.
You are taking notes on this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stay close, everyone. Who knows? Maybe the challenge has already started.
Well, and not too close. Area of effect abilities and such.
Right. Don't stand in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that lesson the hard way.
Tripsy just sort of looks at the missing arm. And then eyes just huge from being in dark vision mode will continue to climb up along the wall/ceiling as we enter into the next room.
And as you enter into the next room, there's actually the threshold where you put a hand out and you can feel like past you, there's like the 90-degree cut of a wall going up.
Oh yeah, no, at that point, that is when I do the bouldering thing of just like putting my, like getting as close as I can to putting my arm all the way around and then just lifting my arm, trying to swing my body up so that way I can catch myself against the wall and then continue my climb.
Question, DM.
Yes.
Did the eye thing scan Tripsy?
Exactly.
Is it Keekers?
No, that's Loki. I don't know where Kiki is. I haven't seen her since I got home.
The eye...
But it hurts my hand, actually.
Oh. The eye did not notice Tripsy on the ceiling.
Nice.
All right.
And as the people on the ground enter in and take another step, just like with Fei Long, you see light sort of illuminate, kind of Michael Jackson, Billie Jean style from the ground, bloom outward.
The floor is lava.
No, just light.
Right.
And Tripsy, you're on this wall, and you look up, and you can see like another 100 feet of wall above you.
I'm going circular at this point. I'm not going vertical.
No, yeah, but you can look up, and you can see that there's another 100 feet of.
I can see it all.
Yeah, everything's lit up in this room. It's.
Oh no! I was gonna say even if it wasn't, I have the dark vision range to be able to do so.
Range. You have basically this sort of white room of granite.
Do I see any kind of iconography around? Like, is it just a dome, or is there any like?
Are there things here?
It looks like a cube, and you can see.
Gross.
the room is cube in shape.
It's a dread cubicle, y'all. We need to get the hell out of here.
Oh no!
And
What happened to my
as
escapism?
Truman and Toby take another step, you hear a low rumble. As certain tiles turn green and blue, the blue ones rise upward slowly while the green ones sink down to shape and form this into what looks like to you a labyrinth. Tripsy, as you're on the wall, you can actually see like stones scraping up towards you.
Very quickly.
Slowly, slow enough.
Are
but
they-
if you don't move, you're going to be cut off from your party.
I obviously got to go to where my brother is. I'm not just gonna leave him by himself. He could hurt himself. Gotta help him.
So do you go towards him?
Yeah, no, I'll go towards him. If anything, can I kind of create like not necessarily a mental map, but more of, is there an exit way to where we need to go?
How high up are you? How high up did you climb?
I only climbed maybe 20 feet up.
From 20 feet up, you can slowly see that on the other side of the room that there is a hole somewhere like in the middle of the wall, like upward in the middle of the wall,
Okay.
50 feet off the ground, and you can see that there is stonework slowly rising to accommodate it.
How large is the room around?
The room is fucking huge.
All right, never mind. So what I would like to do is I would like to get a I don't have any rope around my daggers and it's one-handed, so I can't exactly tie them, so never fucking mind. I'm going to go towards where a junction is that I can see in front of us that looks like it's going towards the central room, and I would like to use my Tabaxi speed to just bolt like nobody is asking me to sprint as fast as I am at 3 a.m. All the way to that particular spot. And when I do, I want to possibly like lay a rope behind me or something.
Just like tie a rope around you and then leap so that we can follow the rope.
Just drop one end of the rope towards you and then just rush, like as walls are coming up, kind of rush across the top of the walls to that section. So that way, like, I'm not trying to I look like that cat. He's so big. That's more Toby, to be
Massive
fair.
cat.
Well, you don't even need to do that because if you're running on the top of these structures, they can track you by
Yeah.
eye.
So I am just going to be running along the top side of these structures to a location where I feel or I know with an appropriate roll will lead us to a particular way.
Sure. Give me a... What roll would this be?
Survival?
Yeah.
To know my
survival check.
direction?
Yeah.
Not fucking bad. Synthetic 20, aka the dirty 20.
Sure. And you can find you all watch Tripsy start running along the top of like this sort of wall that's forming underneath her, and you start following, right?
Yep, sounds good. Trying
Yes,
to
we do.
both track and not fall into pits and such.
And as you guys are running, certain tiles behind you as you're moving turn green and blue and shift and change. But you're able to manage to keep pace with Tripsy so that you can get to that one junction.
I'm running with my arm extended behind me and not knocking a piece of art off my wall. Doing the Naruto run.
Naruto running.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
fact. They started drawing it that way because it was way easier to animate.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's, if
that
there
reason.
are ever animators who draw this scene, I'm doing it for you.
But
That's
Drumir
for-
and Toby, as you're reaching this junction, give me a dexterity save.
Whomst?
Drumir and Toby, because
Okay.
Orazib
Zib. Yep.
has his boots of flying,
Yep. And I'm walking on air.
and Tripsy, you are on a wall.
Okay.
13.
21.
On new
Uh,
one.
Drumir, being the roguish bastard that you are, as your foot steps on one of these tiles, you see it flash orange, and you do a diving roll forward instinctively. But Toby, as you're putting your foot down, the tile disappears.
Ha! Class!
And you just manage to like turn and then slam an arm down on the edge of the other side. And you're just like, ugh.
My elbow!
You are partway in, partway out now of this hole in the ground.
And I'll walk on air over there and then click my hands into my quick clips for my gauntlets of ogre power and just pull Toby out.
I kitten.
Oh, catch it by the nape of the neck.
Exactly. And then
you set me down and I fall over a little bit. Oh, sorry. All right, let's go.
Well, it seems we've a bit of a trick in front of us.
Everything is it continuing to shift?
Just behind you, where
Okay.
it has cut you off now.
All
But
right.
in front of us seems relatively static.
Yeah, it's a three-way junction now. One going left, right, and north.
Right. All right. Well, let's cheat this bitch, and I ignite my ring, which allows me to see with my ring of X-ray vision because I'm a creeper, as we've established. All right.
You're a peeping tomcat. It's okay.
Mhm.
How far can you see through stone?
1 foot through stone. I can see through 1 foot of stone
And then it's
up to 30 feet.
Oh, up to 30 feet.
Yeah.
but 1 foot of stone blocks it.
Yes.
Yes.
If it's more than a foot of stone,
Right,
then it is.
right.
If it's thicker than a foot of stone, then I can't see through it.
Yeah, around you, you just see this sort of black.
All right. I got nothing.
But if you do look down, you can see that certain squares do have like this sort of
Oh.
blackness to them too, but it's like a bluish black, which would indicate a pit.
Oh. Stand aside, trap finders.
I could have found him too, but
Just follow the rope.
What?
Just
where-
running
where's
atop
it
the
down here?
ledges.
Tripsy, where do we go?
Follow the rope.
What?
There's a rope trailing from where she's standing downward.
Stop running. We do not need to go
Slow
through this
down.
quickly.
I'll crawl down the wall and still just maintain myself there with the rope in my mouth.
Tripsy, make a dex save.
Dex save. That is not that great. So modified 10.
Everyone hears a tiny meep as the floor underneath Tripsy turns orange. She's still holding onto the rope.
Oh, grab it. I'm not that strong.
I'm also not that strong.
Yeah, or Zip got it. Like, Tripsy, you're hanging onto the rope and like you swing down and kind of hit your face against the wall.
I'm fine.
Climb up, you dingus. You were just doing parkour. Don't act like this is difficult for you.
It's difficult climbing up versus running across.
And you can see
Scruff her when she gets up.
Meow.
in that hallway that she was about to run into, every single tile, you could see that bluish drop.
Oh.
Hmm.
So blue squares are drop squares? Are we learning that? Or is it
Blue squares, when they light up, are rise squares. Green are sink squares slowly. Orange are I'm gonna vanish on you. But just for X-ray vision purposes, you can see underneath some of these tiles, and you see like a blue sort of abyss.
all right? Follow my foot.
Kind of tell where, or he can kind of tell where the trap squares are, and might be able to guide us around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for the next little
minutes,
while.
I
10
think.
minutes? 1 minute.
Don't you have to roll me a check afterwards for exhaustion?
Yes.
Nice.
Balance.
We'll go quickly, but carefully. All right, I'm going to lead them through the ones that I can see as long as I can see them. Do we know which direction?
Yeah, with Tripsy's guidance, you can sort of make your way through this area. I'm not even going to make you roll survival checks because Tripsy saw everything.
Nice.
But
Nice.
you can give me a round. Actually, no. Who has the highest passive? I think that would be you, Tobias. Tobias, you're
23.
and Tripsy.
I got a 16. My brother's way better at passive perception than I do.
Your feline ears twitch to the sound of a whistling.
Hold.
We need to
Should not be.
stop.
And then from farthest north, you see what looks like 4 objects hurtling towards you. And then 3 of them hit the ground. 1 of them finds its way into Tripsy. It is an arrow.
It's an arrow?
It's an arrow.
That's okay.
An arrow.
Ow!
That's a D8. Do I have those? It's this point.
Are you sure it's D8?
Dealing 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's not so bad. I can take that. That's fine.
He says for the first one.
Apparently, I dodged the others. I'm gonna take it.
I rolled my.
Well, no, the other ones landed like at the foot of Drumir, Orazib, and Toby. This one just managed to be high enough to hit you.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
We should probably move.
Yes, let's continue on. Go, go, go.
And Tripsy
Check
and
for traps.
Tripsy and Toby, you also hear another round of whistling as
Down.
right where you guys were standing, another set of 4 arrows.
I mean, like Tripsy kind of looks behind. Those don't need to be there, and then just continues running.
So we would be following Toby, trying to trace his footsteps.
Trying to follow both Toby and Tripsy as they're like talking to each other about, let's go this way because it's the way. Wait, watch out for the trap.
No, not that trap. This trap. Right over there.
All right. Do we make it to the middle?
Somewhere in the middle, where you
Right.
see a branch of 7 pathways, and you can look upward and you can see the exit of the exit of this room far north. Well, not far north, but it's closer north. And from there, you see a 6 figures, each with longbows, standing there, cloaked.
How far away are they?
Roughly like 200 feet.
I
Maybe.
am going to drop a rope. Drop my rope to the party. And I'm going to motion towards Orzib and say, we have the best chance. If we can see the opening, then all we got to do is just lead the others. As long as we stay silent, as long as we don't alert the others to our intent, we can probably get out of this okay.
All right. I'm good with that.
Also,
hear
just
a-
out of, pure curiosity, was it above 50%? Is Dina going to come out? That's
You should have just said calculating.
fine too. I wish you had just said calculating.
You ask. I always.
There's a black dragonborn somewhere who just got a bloody nose. That's fine. So let's do it, I suppose.
So we can kind of see where the arrows are coming from.
Yeah, you can see where they are. The arrows are coming from these 4 marksmen that are standing in front of the opening.
6?
I said 4.
Oh, I heard 6.
Did I say 6?
I
meant
hope it's 4.
It's 4.
4.
Hooray!
It's
Okay.
4. I meant 4.
Cool.
It's
Okay.
there's
We might be able to use the walls to provide cover for us. Or are they up high enough that they can still see us?
Really quickly, you see one of them point to his throat and turn it slightly. And then a voice booms out. Salutations, challengers! I hope you liked my greeting.
No.
It was crap!
Well, we can talk some more later. Good luck in finding the rest of the maze. And he points back to his neck and then turns it back down, turns around and walks away with the rest of his group.
Right. That's impressive with hockey gloves.
So we got some sort of game for the hungry where we have to fight each other to eat.
That's all right. We've killed before. All right, to the middle of the maze, chitlins.
Yeah, Tripsy, you haven't been into this part of the maze before.
Never at all. I've never been this far into a maze, period. It's usually my brother and the others who do mazes. I'm bad at puzzles.
The rest of you must make a survival check to try and navigate your way out of this maze.
Oh! At disadvantage, 16.
Brother, you know you could come up here and find your way out easy.
Yeah.
I know I could. I just want the others to feel like they're important. Mostly Drumir.
I don't need you to tell me I'm important. I know that.
Bless.
All right, fuck you. I climbed the
But
wall.
for real though, if we can just run on the top, if they're not shooting at us, there's nothing from stopping us as far as we can see from that. So that might be to our advantage. Might take us some doing to get a dwarf up there, but you know.
Can you climb a rope?
We could build him a harness, and then once he's harnessed, we could pull him on up.
I mean, a knotted rope would be fine. I'm not like impaired mentally.
Are you?
Well,
All right.
You know, it's not that you crisscross the ropes at different angles and use coverage, and you know you can.
I'm not good at tying. I only got the one good arm.
Yeah,
I need my brother's help for this.
Y'all figure that out. I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit. I'm just gonna like climb up and see what I can see.
The maze crisscrosses nearly 100 feet in every direction. There are some places where it actually just opens up into open floor.
Oh.
There are places that rise up straight into the ceiling.
Solid. Do I see a way to the exit?
Oh yeah, the exit's straight north.
All right. We need to go straight north. You know, you're fine down there, dude. You should probably get up here. All right, let's Orazib, you mind helping me hoist this man up?
No problem. According to everything I know about these boots, as long as I can lift it, I can fly with it. And with these, I can lift a lot.
And how? You can lift like 600, almost 600 pounds if I'm looking up the rules correctly.
Almost as much as
With
Orazib.
D&D Beyond, you
Great
can see the exact weight if you go to his inventory and then encumbrance rule.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's miscalculated, but
We're gonna do that.
Yeah. Lift me up, small man.
Lift me up, fam.
So we're gonna use the tops to
Whoa,
get
we're high up.
And
Underground though.
with a bit of doing, you all run along this wall. You have to hop across at some point,
Mhm.
but it's not even far enough to make a check. You make your way to this door that is 50 feet off the ground.
Is it at our level now?
A little climbing, and you get there.
All right, we'll do the kitty cats will climb. Orazib will hoist Drewmere. Yep.
So
No,
wait.
Maybe check it first.
Yeah.
Traps.
I have a question.
Yes, dear sister.
So, is there either an orange or a green or some other more dangerous looking panel that's near these individuals that are trying to shoot at us?
They bailed.
Oh,
Right, but he's wondering if they were like controlling it, or if
no,
it was just part of
I
the-
was more wondering if they were near it because I was going to try and push them on top of it.
No.
So if they're gone, that
Yeah, it
defeats.
sounded like they retreated.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
we would have been
If-
shot at that whole time.
Yeah, if they.
It looks like all of these panels,
All
like
right.
with testing them, they
All
don't
right,
move.
I will do my best to tie myself off in a way that makes it so if somebody has a tail off of me, that they can grab onto that tail and possibly hold themselves up on the wall.
We're just gonna fly Drewmere up.
Yeah.
With Orzib. All right, and then we'll climb up.
Onward!
Onward, steed. Tripsy, can you check for traps up there?
Yeah, I can check for traps. That's no problem.
Thank you, dear sister.
That's no problem, brother. I do what I do. What kind, Mr. Voice in the Sky, aka the Dungeon Master? Perception. All right, I'm good at those. Especially because I got the advantage from wearing this cloak that has a bunch of sewn eyeballs onto it.
Gross.
That's a modified 20.
Woo! She's on fire.
How much do these guys? You see at the end of this hallway, there is the slight flutter of cloth.
Close enough.
As if someone's moving behind it, or ran around the corner.
It's like wind is passing through it.
Haha, gross, because we're in a fucking cave. So I am going to I'll look at Drewmere, and I will use Thieves' Cant as more of a physical like sign language with both like my hand mouthing, using my tail to kind of give him the gist of, so there is an entryway up there. However, it looks like there's some wind. Doesn't make sense. We went through a portal. There is no sense of wind coming from behind us except through this door. I do not trust it.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
And it's really just me looking at Drewmere going, like giving you the cat face, and that's it.
As you take a step into the hallway, where did that dice go? Sorry, I gotta find. What the fuck? Did I lose my D8? No.
Gone forever.
Gone forever.
Use hubris's.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know you have a dice set for hubris and a dice set for Calum. If you lose one dice, I know you have another.
Shut up.
As your dungeon master, typically.
Should I be concerned that he's trying to find so many dice?
No.
It's just the one. It's just.
I'm sure it's fine.
From
Here,
around this
seven
sort of, from in this wall, you see a cloaked figure step out, pull his bow back, and then shoot, turn, and start running. And Drewmere, you catch this straight in your chest.
Oof. I'm gonna try to use uncanny dodge to halve the damage of it.
Okay, you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Oof. Ah. And I come back around the corner. Okay, they're definitely back there.
Oh, jeez!
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Actually, it hurts quite a bit, but
Do you want me to heal you?
that would be appreciated. I say, like, snapping the thing off. Oh,
I'm not going to yet because because we have a little bit to go, but I will shortly.
Just don't forget about it.
Of course I won't.
Get
Polly,
blood
you
all
can
over my
update.
armor. It's gonna
You can
have to clean that later.
if you update D&D Beyond, it'll update on our page.
It'll show live in lifetime using the D&D Beyond extension, which is super rad.
Yeah.
Later. Anyway,
We continue down the hallway.
Continue.
and as you continue down the hallway into this area that you had seen the figure turn from, it's a little alcove. And inside of it is... What's up?
Oh, go ahead.
It's just like enough to fit a body in. So he was basically using that as an ambush area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'd want to try to sneak forward to not make a noise to alert him. See if I can get up to that corner.
Roll it.
15.
Interesting. Okay. You sidle up along the corner, peek your head around, and you can see that this it opens up again into another room. Something smaller than before.
But similar in...
Similar in make, hewn granite, pure white.
Mm-hmm. And I can't see our assailants.
No, you can't.
Can or can't?
Can't.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, no, you can. I'm like, oh, cool. Can I shoot?
They're all standing there giving you the bird.
As they fade into darkness.
No, they're giving you the English longbowman bird.
So I'll motion to my allies to come forward.
We go.
Okay. All right. I don't see them. I don't see them, but probably close.
With my 120-foot dark vision, do I see them? As well as my ability to see into the ethereal realm?
That's not our realm.
No, you don't have X-ray vision.
I don't.
You do not see them, but as you are bouldering your way across, you look inward and you can see this bright, like, sort of light coming from 3 points inside of the room.
So it's a big open room. There's 3 lights. We can't.
There's three lights that Tripsy sees. For you guys, as you step in, you look up and you can see that there are, in each corner of the room, stones that are hanging off the ceiling. One of them in the northeast corner looks like it's been shattered.
Oh. But otherwise, the room is empty and it's flat. There's nothing to hide behind.
Yeah, it's totally empty. There's no cover.
Like that.
Seems legit.
You do look up and you do see about 100 feet off the floor. There is another indentation that indicates that there is a door, like a hallway in there.
On the other side of the wall, as if to be our destination for this next labyrinth of sorts.
Yeah, this room is actually just like a 60 by 60.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have my hand crossbow out, and I've got my eyes peeled.
And as you step in, again, the room lights up with that same sort of automatic. And Tripsy, you can see inside of each of these stones something stirring.
Oh, that's a poor adjective. I do not like that. Or adverb.
Something stirring.
Nope.
Everyone else sees a wisp of some sort of dark matter coming out of each of the stones.
I don't like that.
And
so I have like chest pockets to make it easier for me. So I like lean down and grab a knife into my teeth and just, I don't like that. And keep it.
You hear a small sound as one of the stones produces this black orb, and the black orb wisps upward into like this sort of tiny, like little cute character of a person.
A small humanoid shape I do not like.
Hello, friend. We are We are an adventuring party here to test our might or something.
And from underneath this sort of cloak, you see two yellow orbs open up and form the sort of like happy face.
It is good to see you. Are you with our eyeball friend?
There's a small giggle. And then the wisp coalesces once again and turns from a small humanoid form into a medium humanoid form. And you hear a as a scythe appears.
I do not like that. I would like to start shooting now. Can I start shooting them?
Sure.
I was asking the rest of my as I'm like pointing, I'm like, can we start shooting now? Is
I
this
got
so
a dagger in my mouth.
Let's start initiative.
Okay. Dirty 20.
I need.
I also have a modified 20.
Where the fuck is everything?
I don't know. It's your house. You tell me.
Actually, it's my parents' house.
I don't know. It's your parents' house. You tell me.
Ma'am!
Mom, Dad, can I grant them advantage? What are you talking
I
about?
should have been magic and just yelled the whole time. Not magic.
Frankie.
Tony, you got a 20?
Yes, I did.
Natural or dirty?
Dirty. Dirty.
Tripsy.
Tripsy got a 12.
12. Durmir.
Also modified 20.
I'm
not gonna call it that other thing.
Orzib. Ori.
17.
I'm gonna call you Ori.
That's fine.
June bag.
So we got
June bag.
Toby. That's 20.
June
Who has the
doesn't
higher
exist.
modifier between Toby and Durmir?
Definitely does.
Who?
Drumir does.
Durmir.
Yeah, by like 4.
By 2.
Oh, I thought you said stat.
We got Ori at 17. We got this thing, then Tripsy at 12. Cool, let's start. What do?
Are we
I
first?
don't know whose turn is it.
Oh, Durmir, you're first.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess and shoot one of the orbs that is still lit that did not produce some sort of horrifying figure of death.
Okay.
How far away are they?
They're like 100 feet up.
Okay, so within range, but at disadvantage.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're probably gonna hit.
I mean, I hope so. That's a... Oh, that's pretty good. 19.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. Fucking... Okay. 6 points of piercing damage to whatever that is.
All right. You see your bolt fly and ching, stick right inside of it.
Well, that didn't work. I look around, seeing if there's anything I can hide behind. Nope, just an open field? Okay.
It's an open room.
All right, I'll reload my crossbow and kind of back away slightly from the horrifying visage of death.
Toby, you're up.
All
And this
right.
creature is floating like 60 feet above you guys.
That didn't seem to do anything. All right, step aside. I'm going to kind of gather my hands together and then wrap them around my head and shoot on up. I'm going to attempt to use Crown of Madness on this
All right.
creature. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh. Baller. Sure, what's the DC?
15.
He just makes it.
Oh, bastard. So I'm like, ooh, that usually works. That's the only thing I got at this distance. Trips. And then I'm going to start playing and the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy, look at the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah. I'm gonna give you inspiration. They're all cat themed.
We'll get together then.
Ori, you're up.
All right, Ori pulls out of his bag his wand, and let's this side thing have it. The super firebolt, and that will be a 9 and 5 is 14.
As you fire your scorching ray,
It's a firebolt.
as you fire your firebolt at it, the center where you were supposed to, it opens up slightly, and
Okay.
it just goes shoots straight through.
Hi.
And there's another like childish giggle coming from this man-sized creature.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, you see it with a flourish spin the scythe in its hand, and then rapidly drop 60 feet and fly up to you, Ori, and slash upwards.
Whoa.
Oh, does that just hit? Yeah. Oh my god. I should have thought of this better.
That's okay.
That's okay. Oh, that's not bad. You take 7 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
plus 8 points of necrotic damage.
Is this was a weapon attack?
It's an action.
Okay, because if it's a spell, no, there was no save.
No. It's
Yeah,
just
it was a spell. If anything,
okay,
it was a
so-
spell attack and not a spell save.
15 points all told. Is that what I added up there? 8 and 7.
Yes.
Thank you.
My hit points don't seem to be updating on the site. Rather, I've done it through D&D Beyond, but it hasn't updated on the.
Yeah, it happens to me too. Don't worry about it.
The overlay takes some time every once in a while.
Okay, just
Yeah.
checking.
Tripsy doodles.
So does Tripsy see the spirit?
Yeah.
Is the spirit, when gazing through the ethereal realm, connected to any central point? Like, is there like a trail that leads back from it to like a thing?
You see almost as if marionette threads are connected onto this creature going into the crystal it had formed out of.
I would like to use a... How far away is this thing?
The crystal or...
The crystal.
The crystal is 100 feet up.
Okay, I am going to use my Tabaxi speed.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast! And then I'm gonna fucking rush it. So that is a... Boo, boo, boo.
Things go flying off.
That is
your desk.
actually an other action. So when I move on my turn during combat, I can double my speed until the end of turn. So I get up to it.
Mhm.
And then it is right next to me. So I am going to pull out my short sword. And I am going to try and stab. Is it floating or lodged?
Lodged into the wall.
Okay, I would like to attack it using my trip action to attempt to dislodge whatever it is that is currently lodged in this area.
Sure, roll it.
Okay,
Make a strength check.
so
Yeah, I think it's on a hit. So if you miss, you don't lose your trip.
yes, so I have to currently attempt to hit this creature, or this thing. So that is a bop, a 13.
You wedge your short sword into it,
Okay, I'm gonna use my action surge as a fighter to attempt to attack it again.
Go ahead.
Yeah! That is a 21.
Good.
All right, so at this point then, for its trip action, it needs to make a strength saving throw.
And you get your
I use my dexterity modifier for this instead of my strength modifier, as the Battle Master fighter allows you to use either.
Yep.
does the you get extra damage on that for that die,
Yes,
don't
I get an additional D8 on top of. I
The
get
short sword?
a 1D8 for my
you? Guys.
for my scimitar. Then I don't believe I get a sneak attack though.
You don't, because you're not a swashbuckler, are you?
I am actually a swashbuckler.
Then you do.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
cunning brash action or whatever it is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
That you get all the dice.
Yeah. So I am indeed I'm using my rapier in order to do this, so which is 1d8. And then my superiority dice, which is another d8. And then my sneak attack, which is
Rogue 3.
At Rogue 3, I believe is 2d6. Okay, so I have all of my dice that I'm rolling.
This thing has 5 hit points guaranteed.
27.
Damage.
Yes.
That's quite a bit. Well done.
You don't even need to make a trip attempt. You basically jam your short sword into it, finding like a crack, and you pry it to the side, and it just shatters.
I'll just look down and smile at my brother, and I'll hop off the wall and approach them, or at least get close to the wall and just, did I do good?
Oh, that was fantastic.
Great
I don't know
work.
what you did, but you did it.
I'll
Utterly amazing.
close my eyes and kind of put my head down, expecting pets.
I give you scorches, and then I get like right behind, and then I get right under the chin.
Oh, that's the good shit.
Jeremiah, can you make a perception check, please?
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
I thought you
I'll be
said
right
German.
back.
I'm like, I'm not German. 13, or 11, rather.
Oh.
You see behind both Tripsy and Toby this spectral figure standing behind them, eyes red, rearing back the scythe.
Look out!
Ah!
It seems that the siblings had forgotten they were still in combat. Initiative on count 20. You hear an additional from the other two crystals as 2 more dark orbs appear
Nuts.
and then shift into that same medium-sized scythe-wielding humanoid.
Hmm.
Ooh. Oh. Oh no.
Yours?
Huh?
Is it whose turn is it?
It is these duders who appeared.
Rippity dippity. I was just thinking about what I can do. I can run up to it and then say bad words at it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do that from a distance, though.
Of 60 feet.
Yeah, that's how big this room is.
Your mother never loved you!
Oh. And so, Tripsy,
Yeah.
you're still in combat. So
Yeah.
as you were getting the scritches, this avatar was floating behind you guys like, what the fuck? And 2 more appeared from the other stones in the ceiling.
I'm
And
going
they-
to get close to them if I can.
Now your turn.
It's not your turn.
All right.
Is these duders as they both fly down in a sort of X-cut formation on Tripsy, like bowling through her. Because she fucked up the thing. You take 4 points of slashing damage, 1 point of necrotic from one hit. 7 points of slashing, 7 points of necrotic on another hit.
Ruh-roh.
I'm feeling
And now
fine.
these three specters whirl around to face the party, and they almost in stereo the child giggle.
Fuck, y'all have a lot of hit points. Oof.
It is now Duramir's turn.
Okay, are they on the ground?
They're floating like just 5 feet, but you can still hit them.
Cool. Is there any of them that are perhaps adjacent to one of my allies?
Yeah, there's 3 of them adjacent to your ally.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, you didn't kill the other one. Just
Oh,
managed to
I thought it
disarm.
shattered.
No, the stone shattered.
Oh, I thought the figure shattered. I'm like, oh, cool, we got it. Okay, right.
Those extra guys.
Roll forward and draw my short sword with my interaction and pop my crossbow over to the other hand and take a slash at one of them.
Roll it.
Rolling.
And you get advantage, right? Because you're slicing something adjacent to your ally.
I don't get advantage, but it does let me sneak attack.
Correct. Okay. No 5-foot rule here. Got it.
Yeah, no, there's...
Flanking.
Oh, yeah, flanking is not a thing in this edition. Okay, so that is a 18 to hit.
Does not hit.
Whiff. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to shoot it with a crossbow at pretty much point-blank range. Not the best idea, but I couldn't get a dagger out in time.
I think that imposes disadvantage unless you have crossbow master.
You're right, and that actually would not give me my sneak attack. Because I think disadvantage fucks that up. So instead, I'm going to do... You're right. Yeah, so instead, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and just whatever distance I have left back off.
Cool. That's your turn.
That's it.
Toby.
I'm going to get in front of my sister and say earmuffs, and then I'm gonna cast shatter. Oh,
I'll put one up.
ooh,
Tail. Use your tail for the other.
I'll lean down and use my tail for the other.
I strike up a gnarly chord, and I don't have a better song for this, so I'm just gonna do cat scratch fever. And I'm going to cast shatter. So they need to make a it's in a 10-foot radius. So I'm going to do it. If I can get all of them in it, I'll try. But they need to make a Constitution saving throw, which is a 15.
What happens on a successful save? Half damage?
Half damage. Yep.
Does Tripsy get hit by that too?
No, I can aim it.
Yeah, you can aim it behind so that it pushes forward into
Oh,
them.
right. Mm-hmm.
What's your minimum damage?
3d6 or 3d8.
So
So 3.
3.
Yeah. So 6.
You don't even need to roll damage.
7. I'm doing it. I haven't rolled damage yet. That's a 10.
So with this eldritch shriek, they all 3 of them get dusted as a giant sound wave hits them.
And my tail just flicks. And I tune my lute a little bit. And it's just a little off. So now what?
Ori's turn.
Oh shit, we're still in
wait.
combat.
Tripsy did not tell us that the orbs are important, correct?
Nope.
All right. So I am hearing weird. So none of them are dead.
No, they're dusted.
They're
It's
dead.
your turn.
They are dead, and it is my turn, and we are still in combat.
Yes.
There's none that are appearing in front of us right now.
Visible.
Correct. But what I'm assuming is these things produce the gems produce it. But that's metagaming.
And hence nobody said that yet. And we haven't seen anyone attack the gems, right?
We
Tripsy?
I
had
shot at him
Tripsy
first turn.
Yeah, Tripsy
Oh.
attacked one, and
Okay.
during the subsequent turn, only 2 spawned versus 3.
All right. Then how many stones or crystals are left?
2.
Oh well, I shatter them then. I pull out a oversized tuning fork and clang it off and point it up at it. It vibrates and throws my shatter spell.
You can only catch one of them, so
In a 10-foot, they're that far apart.
yeah.
All right, I'll waste the shatter anyway.
Dude.
All right, 3d8. Well, they get a Constitution save. 15. Okay.
It doesn't matter, pass or fail.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's a thing. Never mind. That's the wrong thing I'm talking about. I'll make that save. I'll prolong this combat.
Mm-hmm.
At 11:23.
No, we won't prolong this combat.
It's 8:23. What are you talking
Yeah, what-
about?
what are you
We
talking
go
about?
off of Pacific Standard Time.
Get
Somewhere.
Let's take a vote.
Somewhere a
Let's
black
take a vote.
dragonborn gets a nosebleed. Welcome back.
Oh, 17 points damage.
Yeah, it shatters. No problem.
Sweet.
And for the sake of time, I will say that the other crystal is within 10 feet, and it also shatters.
Goal. All right.
You see that in the center, a pillar rises about 5 feet up, and it turns, and you can see a lever on the other side.
This seems like a trap.
The
Do
lever
it.
comes out middle way.
It's or as it was already like a stride towards it, and you're like, it seems like a trap.
Tripsy was also there, like putting paw out, and it's just,
Literally herding cats here.
Check it for traps.
Yeah.
Or a zib. See which way you need to do it. You're the expert in this sort of thing. Should it go up or down?
All right. I will begin to study that, and
Give me an investigation check, sir.
the others will look.
I will give him bardic inspiration, and I will say, "What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
I have conniptions about that song, and we'll explain it in the Nights in the Courtyard
Nice.
episode.
in the courtyard, which you can find at commandword/Patreon.
All right. So my just passive investigation is 17. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
enough?
If you push it down, you'll go down. If you pull it up, you'll go up.
All right. Elevator.
It would appear to be an elevator. Up is up and down is down.
I assume we'd like to go up.
I look up. Is there anything above us?
Yep, there's a silhouette of another door frame sort of deal.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Seems like up's the right way to go. And the crossbow out, or the hand crossbow out, ready to go.
All right. Jump it up.
There's a rumble as the floor starts to rise upward with you guys on it, and once it gets up to that door frame, or as if you cling, because you start to see that it's going a little bit past the
Oh.
door,
Got it. All right.
and y'all make your way through.
Looking at the door, there's not 4 archers trained with bows on it.
No, actually,
Just checking.
just checking. Finally, this long hallway ends off in one last room. In the middle of it, a tall spire reaching up to the ceiling. You can see that there are different tiles surrounding it, both green and blue and orange, that flash for like a second and then slowly fade. And at the top of the spire, you see 4 archers looking down at you, holding up like 2 fingers.
Looking at the flashing lights, do they appear to shift, or is it like training on one of them? Does it blink the same color each?
It blinks the same color each time, to indicate where, like, certain things are.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that there are various levers scattered throughout the room as well.
Puzzles.
Here we go.
So, while seeing into the ethereal plane, do I see a direction that these traps go? Like, there has to be one of them that leads to the exit.
As you're looking up at you look around and your eyes train upwards towards these archers, and you can see underneath their cloaks spectral bodies just standing there. They look very elven in nature. One of them looks a little bit more regal than the rest. And then trailing downward, you can see, like, you see lines of energy pulsing outwards towards various levers. And you can tell, yeah, that one, and that one will get you up to these fuckers.
I will direct my other party members at those three.
All right. You guys will take a round of arrows. Can you guys retaliate?
No, I can throw a dagger.
They're about 60 feet up.
I can totally throw a dagger. Fuck them,
motherfucker. Yeah, they all miss. You guys are horrible.
That's what I thought.
Tripsy, you're about to, like, Toby, you see Tripsy take an arrow to the arm, and it just, like, tears through the sleeve.
Oh no, that's your favorite cloak.
I love this one. I love the left arm.
Yeah.
As we pull the levers, I'm just gonna send a message up there to them. I'm gonna point at them and send a message. I'm gonna say, "We'll be right up for y'all in just a second." Click.
Yeah.
And you can see, basically in the center of the room where it's leading up, a staircase, like, just comes out of the floor. The spire extends outward into, like, a small arena.
Nice.
Do we have enough time for one last fight?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm fine.
Rush them.
All right, let's do this. You all make your way towards the top of the arena. They give you time and space as they walk back to the other end.
Oh, that's
I'm
awfully
gonna
considerate of
stealth.
them.
I'm definitely going to hide.
Oh, like use the pillar to, like, hide that you're coming up.
Sure, roll it.
All right, so wee. So my stealth. Wait, hold up. I think that means I have advantage on it, or I have expertise. Never mind. So I rolled a 4 on the die. That means I get a 15.
Wow.
Christ.
I'm good at being sneaky.
You manage to, like, scramble on the underside of the platform and make your way behind the archers. And you're just slowly peeking up over the side, like in what's it? Evil Dead, the cellar girl.
Yeah.
Oh, swallow your soul. Swallow your soul.
The person in the middle, the person in the middle, you assume to be the commander, throws back his hood. Very pale blue skin, almost translucent. I would like to be the first one to welcome you to your death.
Welcome to your death.
And
Toby.
he pulls back an arrow and lets it go, and totally whiffs. Ta-da! On guard! He throws the bow away, pulls out a sword.
Oh. Cool. Are we gonna reroll initiative?
I will keep.
Okay, cool.
So, top of the round. Drumir.
How much distance between me and them?
There's like 20 feet.
Cool. And no one else is in range yet? Maybe?
You see Tripsy behind them staring at their kinkles.
Okay. Within 5 feet?
Yeah, sure. Why not? She could
Cool.
swipe at their ankles from the back.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking for a sneak attack. So, yeah, to be able to get my sneak attack, there's got to be an enemy within 5 feet distracting them. So maybe not. So I will,
Yes,
in
you
fact,
can.
delay my. Can I delay my turn, or can I just?
Hold your action.
You can do the sneak attack. It's just that, like, since the rounds take 6 seconds, you're all going at the same time, basically, in
Yeah.
essence.
Yeah. I want to make sure I get my shot at the sneak attack. So that was my primary purpose for that. Okay. We're just gonna shoot with my hand crossbow and my offhand, and the short sword in my main hand, and see what happens with that. Oh, good. It's a 3. 10 total.
No.
Yeah,
One of them catches it on his shield.
Yeah, I didn't think as much. There's probably not anything cool I can do with a bonus action.
You can disengage, dash, or hide.
Yeah, but there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go, and I'm not in melee combat. So, I'm done.
All right. One of them, the one you just shot, starts moving forward. Tripsy, you get an attack of opportunity on this one as he
I'm
leaves
not
your
going
threatened
to.
area.
I'm going to maintain my stealth.
Nice.
You can
This
tempt me
warrior-
all you want.
There's a red dot on his back.
Oh no!
This fighter moves forward, drawing his long sword to greet you in melee combat. All right. What's your AC?
Now it is 17 because of my good friend's enchantment.
12 plus 18 to hit?
That hits.
It hits. Longsword deals. I just had it.
D8 or D10,
It's
depending
a
on if it's two.
D8. He does 8 points of 8 points of slashing damage to you
Ugh.
as he brings it across your chest, and then shield bumps you backwards.
Oof. Okay, not quite bloody.
Toby.
I will use a. I'm right next to you, so I'll use a 3rd level cure wounds because I'm nice like that. And I will do the thing that he finds the most annoying. I'm going to go up next to you. I'm going to go, cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance. And then I boop him on the nose.
In the sky and strikes Toby for.
Rocks
And-
fall, but only in a 5-foot square. So,
All right, so you take. Fuck. That's a 10 plus 4. 14 is the answer. You heal 14. And then I'm gonna back away because there's someone right there.
Takes a swing at you.
Oh, he actually hit someone, and it's me.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
12 points of slashing damage as you turn tail and get
Ow!
cut.
Ugh.
God damn.
He crit.
God dang.
God dang, Bobby.
And that is my
capital
turn.
oof.
There is another warrior that moves forward. Tripsy,
Meow.
are you gonna attack?
Is that the last one?
No, there's 2 more after this.
No, I won't.
All right.
I'm not gonna move until the last one if it moves.
He takes a wide arc and then boop, 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 is next to you, Orzib. Ori.
Oh, he's next to me?
Yeah, he took like a cut pattern to
Okay.
dodge the center.
I guess if he's standing right there,
He's gonna attack you.
yeah.
Does a 15 hit you?
You know, I
Probably
don't know
not.
this character well enough.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. That armor class.
You
6.
raise your ogre gauntlet and backhand it away. It is your turn, actually.
Oh, what a total bummer. Well, I guess I interact and I get out my great club and with my ogre gauntlets, I'm gonna smash him with said great club.
Fun.
Oh, it's a good time. And being the 7th level artificer that I get 2 attacks with it.
Jeez.
15 plus 7,
That's it.
20 something, and the second attack 14 plus 7 is 21.
That's a hit.
All right. Great club. Where are you? Okay. Oh, it's D8 for a great club. Great club got ripped off. 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage on the first hit.
Next hit.
Out of the circle. Another 8 plus 4, another 12 points.
Go get your ball.
Or he's like,
Not today.
So basically, as this guy runs up to you, you backhand away the sword, and in Dark Souls fashion, he falls backwards. You walk up to him with your great club. Boom!
Good job.
Boom! And then finally a golf swing. His body off the platform, scattering.
4.
Is that on?
Yes,
Sorry.
it's fine.
It's fine. Dogs are
the-
always okay on the stream.
One more person runs up to you, Toby. Totally whiffs. Finally, the guard captain is looking at them. He starts looking around for the fourth person. And Tripsy, he is right in front of you.
Is he moving?
Do it.
No, he's looking. He's standing there looking around.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn now.
Do it.
I am going to sneak up behind him and just jab my rapier through him, if possible. If not, it'll just seem like kind of a waste. But oof, what the fuck cares?
How many? Do we all have knives?
Also,
Boy.
did you crit?
No, it's
Everyone
actually
pulls out their-
quite the opposite. I get a modified 10.
Perfect.
You roll at advantage because he's going to be surprised when you hit.
Oh, then I get a 23.
Yeah, boy, you hit.
Excellent. Is this a sneak attack?
Yes, it is. He's surprised.
Oh. I'm going to try and trip him. I'm going to add a superiority die.
Which way?
So with the trip attack, or is he pulling out a weapon?
No, he has his weapons. Well, he had his weapon out, but he's standing there counting the individuals.
Okay,
as
so
he's-
I'm actually going to attempt to do a disarming strike. So he will need to make a strength save of 16 or get the weapon knocked out of his hand as I smack him.
You basically cut off an ethereal arm, and the weapon disappears.
Kronk approves.
So that is going to be 24 points of piercing damage. And I stab him.
Nice job.
You see the point of your short sword. Well, from the others, you see
It's a rapier.
point of a short sword, a rapier, jut through his chest, and he just looks down and goes, "Oh, bother."
Pull it back out.
All right. It is top of the order with Duty. Durumir.
Bonus action.
Oh, bonus action.
I would like to disengage from this fool.
Are you
and
crawling
as
back or down?
well, first I would like to use my interaction to kick his weapon away, and then use my movement to move towards where I kicked his weapon away. So that way I'm kind of guarding it against them.
All right. Cool.
And I have my rapier kind of pointed at him.
He raises a shield. Here, kitty.
Okay, I am going to take a look at the battle around me and realize that one on one, a bad set of odds. At least for now. I'm going to cast Sleep at a level 2 with a level 2 spell slot. How many of them can I catch in a 20-foot radius?
2.
2. Okay. Is there friendly fire with that?
You might catch Toby.
You'll be fine. So, okay, I'm gonna Sleep as a level 2, which means, okay, that did that. That means I do 7d8. So let me count it real quick. 2, 8, 16, 23, 26, 20, or 30 rather. 31. 31 hit points of creatures in that sphere, starting with the smallest first, all unconscious.
One of them just goes onto the
Perfect. Nailed it. Okay, and then I can't attack as a bonus action. I have not thought through my economy of actions super well, so that is my turn.
Cool. That guy's asleep. Toby.
Cool.
Nailed it.
Are these like physical beings?
You're not sure.
I mean, one of them did just fall asleep. By the way, I think if they're immune to charm. No, if they're undead.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, this guy is not unconscious.
Okay. How
Then it
many
would
hit points you
default.
got, Toby?
Me?
Yeah.
It does not affect Toby. He doesn't not have enough, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he has 36 right now, and 31 was the number. So
Very close.
that just whiffed, and I'm like, shit. Okay. They're either undead or can't be made to charm or asleep.
That's like 95.
Science.
Oh, that's like 95% of what I do.
Right. Just
All I gotta do is stab him, brother. Just stab him real good.
I don't do that.
You can try.
if that guy's no longer asleep, is it his turn?
Yes, it is his turn.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, sorry. He doesn't hit Toby.
Nice.
Nailed it. It's as if it happened all along.
He staggers from the spell, but then just shakes it off and tries to hit.
All right.
Toby.
I'm going to, at first level, cast Bane. So I'm going to just prick my finger and like drip it onto my lute. And then I'm going to blast, "Can you feel the love tonight?"
No.
There were big cats in that song. And so they need to make a charisma save.
Charisma.
DC 15?
Yes, sir.
No. Definitely not. Nah, so they're all baned.
Okay, so
Hooray!
make attack rolls and disadvantage rolls. Or attack rolls, they have to roll a d4 and subtract it from their roll. For
Cool.
attacks, saving throws, and such.
All right. That guy, you're done?
I'm done!
That guy's dead. Ori.
All right. Ori takes and casts the very first artificer spell known as Arcane Weapon on his great club, and it now does extra lightning damage. And so he's gonna
Do you run up to the one next to Toby?
whichever's closest.
Cool.
These are so hard to read. Let me look on the opposite side.
They must be very fancy dice.
They're all technology looking.
Oh, cool.
That's a one?
No. It's an
the base.
18. Yeah, that's a D8. It's an 18 plus 7 is redonkulous. And D8 plus 4 plus a D6 in lightning damage.
And then you get another attack on top of that.
Yep.
We get multiple attacks?
Yeah, at
Nice.
5th level.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
This
8,
is why you're staying in Unearthed Arcana.
8, 9, 10. I'll never be in a book. 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. Roll your
And-
second hit.
Okay. Oh, 8 plus 7 is only 15.
I think that's a no, just barely whiff. But this guy, you pound into him. There's a spark of electricity, and you see his form shift slightly. It is Ori, this guy's turn as he turns to you, Tripsy, and he strides up to you and deals 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
What
as
is he hit with?
His shield. His shield bashes you.
No, I mean the number.
Oh, that's a natural 17.
Okay, yeah, he probably doesn't have only a +0, so probably hit.
This DM over here. What did you roll?
I'm
Oh, no.
curious.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage
Oofy
forgot to
owie,
add
bad
those
dog,
strength
no
mod.
bone. Okay.
as you feel your teeth get clinked with some sort of ethereal metal. Your face hits shield.
Dick.
Then he's going to use his interaction to try and scoop his sword up. Does he get do you get an attack on him?
Not as he's trying to scoop his sword up.
Cool.
Or anything.
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. So he has his sword. I'm gonna try and hit him with a trippy.
Tripsies.
So that is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So he needs to make a DC 16 strength saving throw. 24 points of damage.
30 something. Yeah.
Okay.
He got a 4 on his
Yeah, so he is tripped.
You've never seen a ghost get tripped before, but
My
He's
name
on the
is
floor.
Tripsy Ghost Tripper.
top of the round, Duramir. These guys are looking very ragged. Is your turn, dude.
Who? Mine?
Yours, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. They're looking pretty ragged. How many of them are?
There's 3 left. One of the captain is on the ground. The other guy that Ori had just pounded the shit out of looks like he's barely hanging on. And then there's one healthy dude, just like, fuck, man.
Fuck it. We're going to go knives out because magic is cool and all, but we seem to be doing okay.
But stab.
All right. I'm going to slink up to whoever's nearby and has an ally nearby and stab him in his big dumb face, dropping the crossbow. I don't know if I switched out for a dagger yet, but that's what I want to do. Okay, attacking with the. Actually, I'm going to use I'm going to cast a spell, Green Flame Blade.
Ooh.
Part of that requires a melee attack, so this is that. It is a 15.
Roll at advantage, because do you want to hit the duder on the ground? The sword, the commander?
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Dude
great.
on the ground gets
then I get
advantage.
Oh, good. It rolled worse. 15.
No.
Okay.
Strike out.
Bonus action,
Roll to the side.
a dagger to try and hit him.
Sure.
Okay, that dice is going away.
You roll another advantage.
That one is better at 17.
Just miss. His AC is 18.
Curses! Okay, then I'm done.
All right. That guy is dead? No, he's attacking Toby. Actually, no. You see him turn to you, Toby, raise his hands up, and just go, nope. Walks off the edge and jumps off.
I did this myself.
I always knew you could do it.
What happened? Where'd he go?
I terrified him so much that he decided to end his afterlife.
Was it the singing?
the
I bet
captain-
it was the singing.
You did it, brother.
The captain on the ground just yells, "Coward!"
So charming, you charmed him to death.
Ori,
You did
this
it.
there's a person you just smoked. Actually, no, it's Toby. Toby's turn. Sorry.
I was gonna say.
Oops.
Toby is going to why not? I am going to go over and I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery. So I'm gonna walk over to the guy who's on the ground who's hurting my sister, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, you're getting beat up by a girl, a very strong girl, and she's gonna kick your ass. She already stuck a sword through you. What else she gonna do?"
I'm gonna
Listen.
kill him, brother.
From the ground, the knight captain is holding the shield up, and he just yells, "Strength knows no gender."
That's what I'm saying. He needs to make a wisdom save.
He fails.
Bam! Oh, I have to roll stuff.
This bad guy is so woke.
4 damage.
He just wants to fight people.
4 psychic damage.
Okay. And he has disadvantage on the rest of his attacks.
Disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Cool.
They also have Bane on them. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Or he does.
Ori, dude, are in
Alright.
front of you.
Well, that lasts for an hour, so I'm just gonna stomp him. Bam, bam, bam. Flintstone
Roll your
style.
first attack.
All right.
Or if you hit, do you hit for less than an 8?
1, 2, 4, 7. I could get 7 technically.
Cool.
19 altogether to hit. Yep.
Roll the damage.
Oops, that one. There we go. 9 plus.
He's
Okay. 4, so 13. a zappy giant club from a 3-foot tall guy in giant ogre gloves. Lets him have it.
So, let me paint you all a picture. There is one person left on the ground. 2 tabaxi stand over him. A gnome is walking as he drags a great club on the ground, and the dwarf is like picking up his crossbow and clicking it back into place. There's no way he's winning this. How do you end him?
Who's up next?
From Ori, it is you, actually.
All right. I know exactly how I'm gonna end him. I only got one arm, but I got a really good stabby tool. I'm a rogue. I got my sneak attack. What armor is he wearing? Is it like a scale mail, a
It's a
breastplate? Breastplate. I am going to hook my rapier underneath the breastplate so that way it goes up along the left-hand side more towards where I know the heart and lungs would be on a more terrestrial creature. I know this isn't exactly a terrestrial, however, I'm still akin to the stabbing, so I'm gonna do that and just try and go for where I know there would be a problem if it were a air-breathing creature.
You basically sort of pseudo straddle this dude, and you like look underneath his armor, and you just like wiggle your rapier underneath, and you're like, yeah, and you shish kebab him.
I'm gonna get really close to this creature's face and look at him with my large cat eyes that are just going to be very wide slits. Just fucking do it.
With a final gasp, and you see him slowly just dust away.
Shake my
I
head and
told you.
look over at the party, pull out a cucumber sandwich, and just start eating on it.
And as you nom on this cucumber sandwich, you hear this low humming as from above you, you see what looks like a portal open up, and the ceiling tile turns green and slowly starts lowering. And with that, we can say we end this one shot. What happens to our players going forward, we don't know. We'll see. I have 21 rooms to write.
Oh, good.
Ah,
Well, you
It
know.
was a
Do we
pretty
get
literal tower, and it was fraught with danger.
Hey, so
got a key that says that we finished this level, the tower level.
so just as a reminder, we do participate in Extra Life every year. So if anybody is interested in reprising these characters or potentially joining in as a member of another adventuring party, come the first weekend of November, we are going to be raising money for sick kids and the families of kids therein, so that way we can help out people who need that kind of funding in their life. So look forward to November, where we either reprise these characters then or potentially go through a series of rooms sometime later in the year because we desperately need somebody to run a game during those days. So, with that in mind, however, if we're getting into the end of the session, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the show, but you can catch me at rjustice282, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and how work sucks. I know, I did this bit already, never mind. I also stream sometimes.
But stab. It's backwards.
I stream sometimes with these lovely individuals, some Overwatch. You can catch me on the Monday night game as Caleb, the Shadowkai cleric, who is now 14. The Tuesday game coming up, run by our dear friend Danae Keener as Speedy in Barovia. And also on Saturday on Pro Restarters channel as G3, the Sunday game at 8 p.m. as G3, our Robo Pathfinder Deuter search and rescue. We'll have fun.
All right. So next up, Paul, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey guys, you can find me at Paul Jajo on Twitter. I don't post that much, but I'm working with Puny Human Games on a project that they just announced, Zero Day, Dystopia Zero Day, a cyberpunk first-person shooter that they're going to start a campaign for at some point. Otherwise, I'll be posting miscellaneous things here and there. Want to shout out to a couple of my friends who joined me in chat. Tom, who's another DM who runs another group that I'm in. Alpha, who stopped by and is a super cool dude who lives out in Austria. And my girlfriend, Michelle, who I'm told is patiently waiting at a Starbucks.
Cute. All right. And LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. I was pseudo related to someone tonight, but I am literally related to someone else on the stream. And you can find me here Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays I play Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian, and next week Tuesday I will be playing Silmi, the pseudo sibling to my sister from tonight, Indoor, and then this weekend I will be on I'll be on Encounter Roleplay's channel at 5:00 on Sunday, doing our Heroes of Fate game. We are in our last 2 sessions, so that's exciting. And then directly after that, I will be on Pro Restarter's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing a Cypher system where I get to play a really creepy character.
Good. And Greybeard, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey, I'm Greybeard of Greybeard's Tavern. You can check me out on Twitter, look at the thingy, because I always forget if there's an S in the middle or not. And on Sundays, I play Darkest Dungeon on my own Twitch channel. And as you've seen this evening, there's lots of props. I didn't even get to use my boomerang. Which
Of course you would have a goddamn boomerang.
Why wouldn't he?
You have a didgeridoo.
Well, it was great.
Actually a gnome?
When I was doing the character, it said, a simple weapon, and I clicked it, and it was like boomerang, and I'm like, oh, for a crazy gnome inventor, what a great weapon. Particularly since I've got the big gauntlet of ogre powers on. I thought, oh my god, he needs one so bad.
Props on point.
Yeah. So anyway, play Darkest Dungeon, lots of toys. We have a good time with it. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually till noon, maybe a little later. And on tomorrow night, I will be here on Indoor's channel at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we will be playing what is it? Uncaged Anthology?
Anthology, a level 1 adventure.
Where I will be playing a creepy character also, who is a Kalashar haunted one warlock with a fiend pact. Yes. So he's had quite the life. And then soon, May 10th, I will be playing over on Jackal and Hare. And with Julian Triangle Art and some great guys over there, playing 2037 Miami, where I will be playing a SWAT team, a SWAT team member with a death wish as part of the police department as we fight for control of 2037 Miami. I need to go get a polo shirt, maybe a pink one or something. Just and I'll just wear these again.
Do they not do psych evaluations in the future?
Obviously not.
There's not enough time.
Like the opposite,
I'll be playing that, and then we might have something else coming up that I can't announce quite yet. But anyway, that's me.
All right, and if you have made it this far and you don't know who I am already, hello, fella. My name's the Indoor Adventurer, and you have been watching the Indoor Adventure stream on twitch.tv that starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I realized about an hour and a half in that we did forget to say something at the beginning that I want to try and make commonplace, which is today is April 16th, 2019, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that I feel like everybody tuning into the chat should know. Also, starting on May 21st, although I'm pretty sure the in-store adventures do get them 2 weeks earlier, we will be starting our Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign, which I am now proud to announce is going to feature not only Kyle with an N, Cyberwolf1201, my good dear friend Reeves, Reeves_bot, but also Where is my Dingus? From the Twitter sphere, it is going to be an absolutely incredible campaign. I am so excited to be able to run that for them. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you can find us here at twitch.tv/indoor adventures, as well as if you are interested in the VODs at youtube.com/indoor adventures, or indooradventures.podbean.com, anchor.fm/podbean, or anchor.fm/indoor adventures, as well as patreon.com/indoor adventures. That is where you can find us and get an excellent amount of merch. Or if you are just looking to join us in on this incredible adventure, you can do that there. However, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported podcast after this called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. So if you're interested in joining in on that, it only costs $1, unless you want a plethora of other adventures that I have written for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, in which case that is a different tier entirely, but I won't get into that because you can find that all on our Patreon. So with that in mind, guys, RJ, thank you so much for DMing this adventure. Thank you so much to Paul/Malik the Great for joining us on this quote unquote one shot. Okay, one shot. But I had an absolute incredible time playing this. I cannot wait for Extra Life, where we just have a continuation of all of the games that we wish had another episode on, and we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.